Hello, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League, Dad. My name's Kee. We are live again for another big day of footy. We've got two more live streams for you tonight. Two more. First up, well, actually, no. Let's start where we mean to go. So tonight we've got Wales against Liechtenstein in the FIFA World Cup qualifier. That one's a little bit more straightforward. I think everyone's fancying Wales in that one, but Wales against Liechtenstein. That's tonight, 7:45. We'll be live from 6:30. But before that, we have perhaps an even bigger game. Not even perhaps, a definite bigger game. It's the Cosafa Cup. Zambia against Comoros. If you've never heard of the Cosafa Cup, where have you been? Where have you been? Because I'll tell you something, the Cosafa Cup is the greatest tournament in the history of Southern Africa. That's what it's about. It's about Southern African teams. I think there's 14 teams, 14 nations come together to play against each other. And the current champions, I believe, are Angola. And the top scorer in the history of the Cosafa Cup is none other than the Premier League's own Peter Unlove of Zimbabwe. You might remember, he used to play for Coventry City, Birmingham. I think he played for Sheffield United as well. Some great players in the tournament, but look, we're going to be here tonight for Zambia against Comoros. It is live on FIFA Plus. You can watch it on FIFA Plus for free. You just have to go to FIFA Plus and you can watch it live on there. It's going to be an interesting game. I haven't watched the Cosafa Cup before, which I know is a little bit mad, isn't it? Why wouldn't you have watched the Cosafa Cup? Huge. Absolutely massive. But it's 14 teams. The current champions are Angola, the most successful team being Zambia, who are playing, of course, in this one. And look, I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. And yeah, you can watch it on FIFA Plus. As always, the lives on Premier League Dad are sponsored by none other than Match Bingo. Match Bingo are sponsoring the Premier League Dad channels and the channel lives and all that sort of thing until the start of the 25-26 season, maybe beyond, who knows. But basically, if you've never played Match Bingo before, I'm absolutely certain that you're going to love it, especially if you like a bet on the footy like I do. Basically, the way that it works is you buy a bingo card for any particular game that you're watching, and the way that it works is you get 15 random events that can take place during that game. For example, tonight you might get one for the Wales-Liechtenstein game, and it'll say Wales corner, Liechtenstein throw-in, and as those things happen during the game, they mark off on your bingo card. You get prizes for a line, prizes for two lines, prizes for a full house, and there's over £200,000 of prize money that's been paid out to Match Bingo players. Over 10,000 Match Bingo players and growing incredibly quickly across the UK. Go and get your bingo card now. If you scan the QR code, which is on screen at any moment, or if you click the link which is in my description, you can go and buy your own bingo card. And you can get, if you deposit £5, you get £10 free. Go and check them out. Absolutely great guys over there at Match Bingo, and they are supporting Premier League Dad with our growth. Ben, what a bloody game. Come on, the Zambians. Says Ben, litigation, hi all, and Special K. Good to see you. Random videos. I'm watching my country tonight, Scotland. Okay, well, listen, there's loads of footy on. Loads and loads of footy on. None bigger than Zambia against Comoros right now, anyway. None bigger than that one. That's the big game right now this afternoon before those World Cup qualifiers start. So let's get stuck in and let's see what we've got to deal with tonight. One sec. There you go. That's a bit better. So yeah, it is. It's live on. It is live on FIFA Plus. FIFA Plus is where you can watch this, if you do want to watch it. Or you can just listen to me, my dulcet audible chocolate tones in the background. But yeah, you can watch it on FIFA Plus. In fact, if I go and find it on FIFA Plus, I'll tell you. FIFA Plus, I don't even think you need to register. You don't even need to register. You can just go and you can search FIFA Plus, and it's there, free as a bird. J-Boy, you look like Daz Games. Cheers, man. FIFA Plus, here we go. FIFA Plus, there it is. That's what we needed. FIFA Plus, love it. Love it. Not FIFA, FIFA Plus, come on. Here you go, that's what we wanted. Okay, live, FIFA Plus, today, stream live, Zambia v Comoros, there you go. Right, that starts in about 15 minutes, and it's live from the Mangang in Bloemfontein in South Africa. Can't say further than that. The Hollywood Bets Cosafa Cup 2025, Zambia against Comoros. The only Zambian footballer that I'm aware of is Patson Daka of Leicester City. Does anyone else know any other Zambians or Comoros footballers? Because I'm a little bit in the dark on this one. A little bit in the dark. Zambia national football team. Here we go. Zambia national football team. Patson Daka. Is he in the squad for the Cosafa Cup? I think he is. Oh, no, he's not. Where's Patson Daka? Why is Patson Daka not in? Surely he would have been in it. Oh, he is. No, he is in it. He is in it. Patson Daka is the superstar in this side. 21 goals in 48 appearances. Hey, bro, what's your opinion on Trent leaving for 10 million? Mate, unbelievable. Honestly, I don't get asked enough about it. It's different class, isn't it? Who else have we got up front? Anyone else we need to look out for? Zambia, Comoros. Here we go. The only oh no, Cuco Martina was Curacao. I'm trying to think of Comoros footballers. Have we got any Comoros footballers that we know? I don't think there's many, is there? Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Not in the Premier League. I don't know if there's ever been any Comoros footballers in the Premier League. You might be able to enlighten me. Here we go. No. Wamed Omari, he plays for Lyon. Yakin said Mamadi is Marseille. And Rafiki Said of Troyes. That's probably the star. Rafiki Said of Troyes is probably the main star for Comoros, and Patson Daka the main star for Zambia. So the two centre forwards, probably the two main people we need to be looking at in this one. Normal guy, what up? Good to see you. Random videos. Hey, how's it going? Good to see everyone diving in for this one. This one's going to be a big one. I don't know what to expect. I really don't know what to expect. I'm a little bit in the dark on this one. I've never seen the Cosafa Cup before. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can't be bad. Might surprise us. You never know. Right, let's have a look at the news as well that's dripping in today. I say dripping's probably not the expression I would use for that, but it is. It's drifting in today. That's probably a better word, isn't it? And Burma was agreed personal terms with Manchester United. What do we make of that? And Burma agreeing personal terms. What's this? Sorry. Vixen, the Doué versus Jamal debate ended last night. Next new is Neymar. New Neymar is Ryan Cherky. No, Cherky's better than Neymar. Neymar's shocking. Nobody rates Neymar. Nobody. Man United still wants striker after potential Mbermo arrival, according to Sky Sports, and they're focused on Victor Gyökeres. Sam Holloway, have you seen the rumoured contract fees for Mbermo? Yeah, 250k a week. He's on 50k a week at Brentford. He's getting 5 times his salary at 5 times his salary at United. Jack, will you be watching Ireland versus Senegal later? No, mate. We're doing Wales against Liechtenstein. And the only reason for that is because Ireland, Senegal is a friendly, whereas Wales is a FIFA World Cup qualifier. So it feels like it's got a little bit more riding on it. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but that's my take on it anyway. JEFC, Everton striker incoming. Who's coming in? I've seen that Dominic Calvert-Lewin's leaving. Oh, thank you for the gift as well, by the way. Really appreciate that. Sam, cheers for that, man. And Jay. Yeah, I don't know. Who's Everton signing? Dan Owen, not worth that. Only way United are getting players is by paying obscene wages. And it could come back to bite them, couldn't it, Dan? This is it. It could come back to bite them. They have to pay these big wages to get players to come. 5 times his salary. 5 times his salary. Shirt of Leicester 2015-2016. No, I haven't. I haven't got that one. JEFC by DCL, closed the door on the way out, made of glass. So who's the new centre forward who's coming in? Who do you want first and foremost? But who do you think is coming in? Dan Owen, look at Villa. That's true. Yeah, 93% wages to turnover for Villa. They can't really do anything now, can they? They can't react. They can't respond in the transfer market. James P. Farm, what do you think about Sesko going to Arsenal? I've got concern. Well, I've not. Look, as a Liverpool fan, I'm actually quite made up with it. I am quite pleased with it because I think Sesko, as good a player as he is, he's not Premier League ready. Like, he'll take maybe 1 to 2 years, maybe minimum, before he becomes like an elite striker, and maybe he never will. So I would say Sesko is in the same bracket as what we kind of had with Darwin Núñez a couple of years ago, and you don't really know whether they're going to kick on or whether they're just kind of going to stay at that level. Very good player, but I think he's. I'm happy as a Liverpool fan if that's all Arsenal end up with. Yeah, that's what I think. I think if Arsenal sign Sesko, I think the title's Liverpool's or City's maybe, but it ain't going to Arsenal. Put it that way. If Arsenal sign Sesko, I'm comfortable with that. That's perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. He's not a centre forward that concerns me as a Liverpool fan. Charlie, are you watching the Zambia game? Yes, I am. Yeah, we're doing Zambia against Comoros in the Cosafa Cup. Aaron Murray 552, but Darwin was Premier League ready. No, he wasn't Premier League ready. That was the point. That was the point I was making. He wasn't Premier League ready. Jake, good to see you, Jake. Charlie, which channel is it on? You can watch it for free on FIFA Plus. If you go to the FIFA Plus website, you can watch it for free. That's what I'm doing. Or you can get the app if you've got the app. You can download it on your smart TV. FIFA Plus. Not that I'm promoting it anyway, but you can download it for free on your telly or whatever you're watching it on. And you can watch it for free. So that's what I'm watching it. I'm doing a watch along. I am watching it for free. FIFA Plus. Go and check it out. Join me for the watch along. Thanks, Jake. Cheers for that. Did you have any Huel today? No, not really my thing, as you can probably tell. It's not really my thing. Gyökeres to United. Yeah, I think he probably will go to United again, purely for the same reason as Mbeumo will. Nobody else really is pushing as hard to sign it. Manchester United have basically gone to Gyökeres and said, we want you and only you. And nobody else has really made Victor Gyökeres their priority. Everyone else is looking at other signings, aren't they? That's the thing. Everybody else is looking and going, we want Osimhen, we want Alvarez, we want whoever it might be. Osimhen, Alvarez, Sesko, Ekatike, all these strikers that are on the market at the minute, they're all getting looked at, and Gyökeres is kind of looking around going, who's going to prioritise me here? And there's only really United. Nobody else seems to want him. Liverpool didn't play the system that suited Núñez. That's true. Yeah, I think that's true. That's fair. Núñez is still a very good player. He'll go somewhere else and he'll do well. Good player, Darwin Núñez. He just hasn't quite worked out for him at Liverpool, and that's a shame. But he's still a good player. What do you make of Kepa to Arsenal as a backup for 5 mil? That's good value, isn't it? Yeah, good value. 5 million quid, decent keeper. As backup to Raya, that makes sense. But isn't it mad that he's still the most expensive goalkeeper in the world? That's puzzling. Very, very puzzling. 1 second. Jake, Ten Hag 2.0. Managers getting players from previous clubs. They never learn. Yeah, that does seem to be the case, doesn't it? Amorim going back in to Gyökeres. That's all he knows. That's what he knows best. So, I wonder. So yeah, we have the game comes on in 7 minutes. So in 7 minutes it'll start from the Mangong. Mangong, is that how it is pronounced? Mangong. I'm guessing it's the Mangong Oval. Yeah, the Mangong Oval. It's a cricket ground in Bloemfontein, South Africa. And that's where this game is being played, at the cricket ground in South Africa. How many does it hold? How many does it hold? What's the capacity? 20,000 people. Okay. Well, there you go. 20,000 people watching Zambia against Comoros. Plus us. Plus us. We'll be watching it as well, obviously. I don't know if... I might be the only person on YouTube doing a watch-along for this one. But we continue to give you the best of the best. Volume and quality on this channel. Volume and quality. The Hollywood Bets 2025 Cosafa Cup. Which is the Southern African FA Cup, basically. It's for 14 teams, 14 nations in South Africa, or in the southern part of Africa, let's say. And they all play each other, and Angola and Zambia. Zambia are the most popular champions, Angola are the current champions. Callum just qualified as a PT. Congratulations, Callum. Well done. Well done. So does that mean you're off to Germany now? That's really good. Well done, mate. Really proud of you. Not that I don't know you to be proud of you, but that's really good. Obviously, you worked really hard at that, so well done, mate. Really well done. I hope it's everything that you dreamed it would be. Sincerely. And you make an absolute fortune, and you meet a lady PT, if that's your thing. But whatever makes you happy. Jake, thank you. Cheers for that, Jake. Thanks for sending those through, man. Right, can we see the lineups yet? I wonder. I don't even know if they're going to show the lineups. Let's see. Can't even see if they've got the lineups on here. No, they've not got the lineups. It's 15 minutes to kick off. They've not even got the lineups on Flash Scores. But this is the first game, basically, of the of this group stage Cosafa Cup. Comoros, Zambia, and Botswana in Group D. Callum, no, not going for work. I was just thinking of going there. All right, okay. Yeah, nice, do it. Why not? Germany's cool. Go for it, man. Whatever works for you. I wish I had travelled a little bit more before I got married and settled down and had a kid and all that stuff. Do it while you can. Why not, man? Go and see the world. What else do we need to be talking about today? Turkey last night. Yeah, I think people have gone a little bit over the top, haven't they? People have gone a little bit over the top with Turkey. Very, very good player, don't get me wrong. Very, very good player, but I think the idea that he's going to come to the Premier League and absolutely light it up and be the best player in the league, and I don't think he's the same level as Wirtz. I just don't think he is. Yeah, Ginge, you're dead right, mate. People are overhyping him massively. Listen, we've seen that from Turkey before, haven't we? We've seen that from Turkey before. Like, if you've watched any of Ligue 1 at all, Turkey's done that for quite a while. But his numbers are his numbers. If you look at his numbers over the last couple of years, they are that for a reason. It's because he never sustains those type of performances. He's got those performances in him, but he never sustains them. He's never been as consistent, and that's the difference, isn't it, between your absolutely top players and your Ben Arthurs and your Dimitri Payets and your Adel Tarapts maybe, and all the other players we've had over the years. Even Neymar, I would say, top players who just don't really sustain that consistency. It feels like, I feel like Turkey's maybe another player like that who could drift in and out of games but still produce absolutely wonderful moments. And for that reason, 30 million quid is still good value for him, I think. I think City have got a good deal there. Put it this way, I think City signing Turkey for 30 million is better than United signing Cunha for 70. Put it that way, I think that's a better deal, Turkey. But I don't think he's a game changer. I don't think he's the same as maybe what Wirtz is. Let's say that. Sobby Lobby, mate, do you think PSG can run it back and Ballon d'Or? What do you mean run it back? I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Mate, do you think PSG can run it back? Clay, good to see you. How's it going, Clay? Thank you. Charles Talk, what game have we got on now, mate? Well, Charles, we've got a massive game on right now, mate. As always, you know on this channel, we only do the biggest ones. It's the Cosafa Cup. It's Zambia against Comoros in the Cosafa Cup. Oh, do I think PSG can win it again next year? Yeah, Sobby Lobby, yeah. I think they can win it again. Of course they can. Great side, PSG. So, yeah, they'll be one of the favourites, as you'd expect. As you'd expect. Yeah, it's... They're a good side. I think PSG, Liverpool, Madrid probably now, Barca. I think those four are always going to be thereabouts, aren't they? Good to see that, Clay. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, and in terms of the Ballon d'Or, sorry, Sobby Lobby. In terms of the Ballon d'Or, I think it's almost certainly it's Salah's. I can't see it being anyone else. Brandon, you're saying Ange is gone. Has Ange actually gone? No, he's not, has he? He's not. Surely not. Has he? Exclusive confirmation expected to come that Ange Postecoglou has been sacked. Oh, no. No. Oh, and do you know what's even worse? He was appointed on this day 2 years ago. 2 years to the day they've sacked him. Oh, I think that's really sad, you know. That's really sad. I think he might regret that, Daniel Levy. I think he might regret it. And do you know what? I think Ange Postecoglou does well out of this. I'll say that. I think Ange Postecoglou goes and gets a top job after this. I'm telling you. There'll be no shortage of teams who'll be interested in a manager who can come in and win big trophies. Absolutely not. He'll get a big job after this again. Absolutely he will. In fact, I think he'd be a favourite for maybe another top 6 job. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Very good manager. Zakatar, good to see you. Brandon, get Levy out. And I've said it before, I'm done. Absolutely done. Clueless. Wow, Ange's a winner. Hope the best for him. Yeah, this is it. It's going to split the Spurs fan base, isn't it? There's a lot of Spurs fans who wanted him out. A lot of Spurs fans who were like, actually, no, he's got to stay. We've got to give him season 3. But I do. I think Ange has got ability in him to go to maybe another top 6 side. I think if maybe Newcastle got rid of Eddie Howe or if Chelsea got rid of Enzo Maresca, I think Ange Postecoglou would be in that conversation. Yeah, he would. Sam, have you already spoken about UEFA versus Palace? No, I haven't, but I think that's really, that's an awful situation, isn't it, for Palace, that they might miss out on it as a result of... Well, they won't miss out on Europe altogether. What it might end up meaning for Palace is that they aren't in the Europa League. It might mean they're in the Conference League. So Brighton... There's no way Brighton get in the European Cup. There's no way that happens. But it's got to be really frustrating for Palace. Really, really frustrating for Palace that they've got in this situation. And because of John Textor and his relationship with Leon, they've not been able to satisfy UEFA that he doesn't have an involvement in both teams. So as a result, yeah, Palace, they've won the FA Cup and they might not actually be in the Europa League as a result. Sad, very sad. Ginge, has Ange gone then? Yeah, Ange has been sacked. We can confirm it. Sam can't go conference because one of our other owners owns Bromby. So then you would actually be fully out of Europe. It's grim. So then it would go to Brighton. Oh, that is absolutely minging. Oh, that's absolutely hanging. And it'd go to your rivals as well. How awful is that? Yeah, that's not good. That isn't good. Ali, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. 1 second. Who is playing today, Ali? We are watching the Cosafa Cup. Zambia against Comoros. That's what we're watching right now. It is live on FIFA Plus. If anyone wants to watch it with us, it is live on FIFA Plus. If you just go to FIFA Plus, you don't have to pay anything. FIFA Plus, you don't even have to register. FIFA Plus, click watch free, and you can watch the game with us. We're watching it now. It kicks off at 5 p.m. And it's from Mongong in Bloemfontein in South Africa. It's the cricket ground, the oval cricket ground in South Africa. So we're going to be watching that. Christian Benteke, are you watching Poland v Moldova today? No, mate, we're not. We're watching 2 games today. We're watching this one first. the Cosafa Cup, Zambia versus Comoros, and then we're watching Wales v Liechtenstein tonight. They are the 2 games we're watching. So no, sorry mate, no Moldova today. Brandon, I'm just sitting here in utter shock. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. It's a bit frustrating. What team do you support, Mo? I support Liverpool. These guys up here, I support Liverpool. But we talk about absolutely everyone and everything on this channel. We watch Liverpool, we talk about Man United, we talk about City, we watch Coventry. Everyone, absolutely everyone. So yeah, we just love talking about football. That's what we do on this channel. If you love footy, then get over to Premier League Dad on YouTube and search us up. Get subscribing if you haven't already. Please get over to YouTube, search Premier League Dad and subscribe. We're live on there right now. Callum, no, not going for it. Oh right, sorry. Litigation case still can't register for match. No, pal. All right. It's still. Do you know what? Right. So litigation. We need to speak about this then because I flagged this to them and they said to me, "Can you get me like an email address or something, whoever it is who's trying to do it, and they'll look into it specifically. You don't have to share it with me if you don't want to, but if you can drop me a message, I can get it looked into by the actual people who run the app, and I don't know why it is. I have no idea, but if you want to troubleshoot it, if you do want to, please do, just drop me a message and I'll get it looked into. If not, that's fine too. But thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Dylan G, wait, when did Ange get sacked? It's being reported right now by Matt Law, Crooks, TalkSport. They're all doing it. They're all saying basically the news is literally just breaking right now, literally within the last few minutes. Just the last few minutes. Ali, no one is reporting Ange has been sacked. They are, mate. There's loads. There's absolutely loads doing it. Search Ange Postecoglou on Google. Scroll down. Look on Twitter. You'll see all the breaking news from all the reporters. It's literally been in the last few minutes. I've timed this live perfectly in many ways because we've gone live just as Ange has been sacked. This is basically an Ange Postecoglou has been sacked live. But yeah, he's gone. He's gone. And yeah, again, from a Rivals fans perspective, it's a little bit disappointing. I would have thought he'd have earned that 3rd year. I really thought he'd have earned that 3rd year. But to each their own. Everyone, maybe not. Maybe Spurs fans think differently. Be interesting to see how they go for now. And, welcome to Meme Land. What are you watching today? We are watching Zambia against Comoros in the Cosafa Cup, which you can watch too if you go to FIFA Plus. Go to FIFA Plus on Google. Not that I'm promoting FIFA Plus, by the way. But if you go to FIFA Plus on Google, you search it up, click live, and then Zambia v Comoros. You can watch it live. You don't even have to register. You can pay. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to click free watch. There you go, and you can watch Zambia v Comoros, just like I am. That is on in 9 minutes. It kicks off in the Hollywood Bets Cosafa Cup. Brandon, you know what? As a Spurs fan, Ange deserves better. Yeah. Connor Davis, thriller of a game, mate. Like I said, mate, we only do the classics on here. We only do the classics. Welcome to Milan, Patson Daka FC. Yeah, Patson Daka. And, I mean, there is... We did look at the danger man for Comoros, but it's probably not anyone that... He plays in the Dutch league for quite lower down, for the team quite lower down, but he's... Yeah, there's not a huge amount of quality that we would recognise in either side. JP, do you think Henderson will go back to Sunderland? I hope he does. That seems like a really good fit, doesn't it? Henderson going back to Sunderland. Yeah, I'd quite like that. Yeah, I would have liked that to happen. Zambia, what a great team. Liverpool will be signing someone. Yeah, Liverpool will be looking, I'm sure, at Zambia today to see... Is there any talent on the pitch? We've got scouts everywhere. JP, especially if they lose Job. Well, Job's gone, isn't he? Job's gone. So I would think if you put Henderson in there, maybe alongside Dan Neil and Chris Rigg in a midfield 3, I think that works, doesn't it? That could be all right. Brandon, anyway, do you reckon Frank, who is the favourite to replace him, does well? If you were Thomas Frank, would you go to Spurs? I don't think I would, I would be looking at that. I know they're in the Champions League. I know that. I understand that, and it's a huge stadium, a huge club. Been in the Champions League not that long ago. Like the opportunity is big. But if I was if I was Thomas Frank, I'd be looking at that and going, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm tempted by that anymore. I don't know if I'm that tempted by that anymore." The way that they've treated Ange, I mean, Christ, if Ange had finished 7th or 8th this season and hadn't won a thing, he'd still have his job. How mad's that? Whereas Thomas Frank will look at it and go, well, hang on a minute, so I could win a cup and get sacked next year. I've got a great gig here at Brentford. I'm literally El Capitano. I'm the guy. I'm the absolute Don at Brentford. Why do I need to change? I'm happy. JP, Luffy instead of Rig, in my opinion. Okay. Connor Davis, it's so difficult for the promoted teams, even more so now than in the past. I don't subscribe to that, mate. I really don't. I think that the promoted teams have got just as good a chance of staying up as anyone else. The problem we've had is in the last couple of years, the promoted sides that have come up have been absolutely awful. And they've done the worst thing you can possibly do when you come up to the Premier League. The worst thing. They've come up and basically been like a, like a dead naive. Let's pass it out from the back. You know what we'll do, lads? Let's try and play Manchester City and Liverpool at their own game, even though we've got, Bednarek at the back and Ramsdale in goal and come on, Vestergaard and Wout Faz. Come on, lads. You've got to try and play. You've got to try and make it difficult to beat. You've got to try and have a slightly different setup. It feels like passing out from the back and trying to play tiki-taka football and playing really high line when you've not got the players to do it. Evidently, it's just mad. Again, think back to the advice that Alex Ferguson gave Tony Pulis. Tony Pulis, former Stoke City manager, the advice that was given to him by Sir Alex Ferguson when Stoke came up to the Premier League. Alex Ferguson said, here's what I would say to you. You've got to make your team and the Britannia Stadium, you've got to make it a place where nobody wants to come. You've got to make it horrible. You've got to make it absolutely horrible. You've got to kick them. You've got to make it nasty. You've got to make it uncomfortable. You've got to go long and direct. Get big, tall, strong players who'll knock them off the ball and break up play. That's what you need to be. You need to be a little bit nasty. You need to be a master of the dark arts to stay up. Jude Bellegoat is the best midfielder in the world. Oh, he's not. Charlie, what's the score? It's not kicked off yet, Charlie. It kicks off in 4 minutes. The players are just singing the national anthem of Zambia. They're just singing the national anthem of Zambia, and then it's... Oh no, I need to change the scoreboard. Comoros are in green. Zambia are in orange. Okay, so I need to change that. That needs to change. Comoros are in the green and white strip. So that's going to be a different look. Let's change that. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, you'll see we've got a scoreboard, we've got a clock, we've got a goal animations, we've got a slightly better camera, we've got better audio. If you're watching on YouTube, come over, check it out, Premier League Dad. We're live over on YouTube as well. Right, so Comoros. How does their kit look? It's more like that, innit? I guess it's more like that. Ish. Let's do that. That's probably about right. Comoros, and then Zambia's is orange. It's a nice orange colour. Orange and black, Zambia. There you go, that looks a bit better. Hey! Ben and Shacked official, I wouldn't go to Spurs if I was franked. If I was Frank. Yeah, no, I know, Ben. I agree, mate. I agree. Rubes, hey, my fave Key. Good to see you, Rubes. How's it going, man? Ethan, if you're live. I am live, yes. How long till you're monetized, bro? Probably maybe another month. At best, maybe a month. I don't know. We'll see. Rubes, Ethan, you can't call him that. He can call me what he likes. Brandon, when Ange Ball clicked, it was unreal. New era now, won't surprise me if Frank is gone by Christmas. Come on, you Maggies, Ange sacked. Yeah, well, that's exactly what we're talking about now, man. Yeah, William Crute. Frank to Spurs, Terzic to Brentford. Frank to Spurs, Ange to Brentford. Ange to Brentford. That's one to watch out for. Frank to Spurs, Ange to Brentford. Could happen. Jesus, look at the VAR room there. The VAR room looks snug. I'll say that. It looks very, very snug. Is that Comoros or Zambia? Have I got the right badge here? I've got the right badge. I'm sure I've got. Yeah, that's the right badge. That's Comoros. Thought it was. Well, the stadium that looks a lot bigger. That looks bigger than 20,000 people. Is anyone watching this? That is definitely bigger than 20,000 people. There's no way that stadium is 20,000 people. No way. Absolutely no way. I just want to double check that we've got this in the right place. The Toyota Stadium in Bloemfontein. Right, what's the Toyota Stadium? Oh no, that's the Free State Stadium. This is much bigger. Okay, the Free State Stadium. It was one of the venues for the 2010 World Cup. And what games did it have in the 2010 World Cup? Germany 4, England 1. Right, well there you go. We're at the ground where Frank Lampard's goal should have stood. Famously, Frank Lampard's shot. That's where we're watching this game now. Zambia v Comoros at the ground where Frank Lampard should have got that goal standing. There you go. Poch is gone. Let's go. Overrated manager, says Reese. Zambia are about to kick us off here in the Cosafa Cup. The Hollywood Bets Cosafa Cup. Sorry, let me get that right. The Hollywood Bets Cosafa Cup. Zambia against Comoros in the group stage. It is live on FIFA Plus. We are literally seconds away from kickoff. If you're going to watch it with us, make sure you get over to FIFA Plus. Search FIFA Plus. And you can click it. You can watch it for free. You don't need to create an account or anything. You can literally just click live, free. You can watch it right here with us. And we're off and underway. Zambia get us underway. Zambia in the orange, Comoros in the green, the dark green, at the Toyota Stadium, the Free State Stadium in Bloemfontein. Josh, Southgate to Spurs, here we go. Now that is one to watch, isn't it? That is one to watch. Southgate to Spurs, I wonder. What do we make of that one? Do we think that could work? Southgate to Spurs. Ooh, yeah, possibly. Possibly. Right, Zambia putting Comoros under a little bit of pressure early doors here now. But we're a minute in. William Crute, I can't wait for Spurs Twitter meltdown when we see Spurs approach Gareth Southgate. Brandon, I could see a few players leaving also. Frank is the favourite apparently. They've had a few meetings. It's embarrassing. Reece, Ange won a European Cup in his second season. Arteta won an FA Cup. Spurs don't rate their managers. I just don't really know why they've done it. It seems mad to me. Reece, if Lampard goes to Spurs, they're getting relegated. Whew. Josh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, Lampard to Spurs, I can't see. Lampard to Spurs, I'm not sure about. Zambia knocking it long here up the touchline. It's this. Honestly, this is one of the most bobbly pitches I have ever seen in my entire life. Brandon, going to be a long, long season. Yeah, no kidding. But I still think Spurs will do all right. I mean, at the end of the day, you're in the Champions League. Like, it's not like you'd expect Spurs to just be falling apart. Charlie FC, good to see you, Charlie. Good to have you on there. Brentford want Kieran McKenna. Kieran McKenna to Brentford. I don't like that either. I don't like that. Pure loyalist, sorry about last night, mate. Fell asleep, been up most of the night with the granddaughter. Trying days ahead. Blimey, okay. Well, no worries, man. You don't have to apologise. No problem at all. Pure loyalist, Ethan, hello. All's good. Ben, as if Avram Grant is in the dugout. Avram Grant is in the dugout here. I've not seen him. Avram Grant is in the dugout of Zambia. No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I don't believe that. One sec. Who's the actual managers here? Who are the managers? It is Avram Grant. No way. Avram Grant is the manager of Zambia. And Simone Kusin is the manager of Comoros. And do you know what? We haven't actually got the one Zambian player we all talked about that we knew, Patson Daka, isn't even playing. Yeah, Patson Daka isn't even playing. When you look at the badges of the teams who these players are playing for, I don't even recognise any of the badges. I couldn't tell you a single player. Very rare that I watch a game of international football and I can't tell you a single player who they're playing for. But alas, that's the situation we're in here. It's Zambia, it's a foul to Comoros. Foul to Comoros. It's a very bobbly pitch. A very, very bobbly pitch. Long free kick straight into the keeper's hand there. Brandon, I like him, but no experience in Europe. OJW Zambia. Reese, Arsenal have inquired about Kepa. Didn't see that coming. £5 million. Kepa seems like a decent bargain, doesn't he? I think he seems like a decent deal. Yeah, that seems alright. Rubes, Herzler to Spurs. This is it. Do you know what? Iriola, Frank, Herzler. There's some managers there, isn't there? Definitely some managers there. Ben, wonder where Big Ange ends up next. Ben, they're all African sides, aren't they? Oh, the ones who they play for. I don't know, you know. I don't know. I did see that there was a couple of players in the squad who'd been called up who played in the Dutch league, one or two in the French league for Troyes, and then Patson Daka, obviously, for Zambia, who plays for Leicester City, and that's about it. That's really it. Rubes, what game are you watching later? We are watching Wales against Liechtenstein tonight. That's going to be the 7:45 kickoff, the World Cup qualifier tonight. OJW, thoughts on Steve Cooper to Spurs? Well, Steve Cooper's allegedly going to Borough. Yeah, just going to Borough. Reece Crownshaw Romano to Spurs. Here we go. Mason Phillips. Tottenham have sacked Ange Postecoglou. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, mate. It's just been coming out for the last 10-15 minutes or so. So we've been chatting about it on here. It's baffling to me. Baffling as a independent fan. I'm not a Spurs fan at all. Not an Arsenal fan. Nobody with any skin in the game, I guess. But I do think it's a silly decision from Spurs. I think it's a silly decision. I think it's one they probably will regret. Tommy ZGG, I think Levy has to go. Why do you think Levy has to go? I think Levy gets paid to make the big decisions, and this is a very big decision. And like I said, I've said a few times on Daniel Levy, I think he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. If he sacked Ange, everyone was always going to say, oh, you should have kept him. You should have kept him. But if he kept him, you'd have had a load of Spurs fans saying, oh, why didn't you get rid of him, the chancer? He finished 17th last year. You can't keep him. He can't win. He can't win. So I have a little bit of sympathy for Ange. Yeah, I have a little bit of sympathy for him. He's been making mistakes like firing Mourinho. But is that not balanced off a little bit by, you know, the him building the stadium and him always getting you good value? Like if there's a person who can get you the best value in a transfer deal, it's Daniel Levy, isn't it? Like every football club is a little bit scared of Daniel Levy. If you're trying to buy from Spurs, he demands a really good price. He always drives a hard bargain. If you're selling to Spurs, equally so. Tommy, most of our fans want him to stay. I'm not sure about that, mate. I'm not sure about that. Every poll that I'd seen, and the Spurs fans that come in the chat here, there's quite a few Spurs fans that come in our chats here over, obviously we do live watch-alongs every single day on this channel. And we watch at least 1 or 2 games a day. At least 1 or 2 football matches a day from around the world. We're watching Zambia against Comoros now. And we get Spurs fans coming in all the time. Spurs fans coming in, and we've had quite a few that have said they'd like him to stay, and quite a few that have said they'd want him to go. So it's sad. It is sad. I would have liked to see him stay, but again they've decided to make that decision, and Daniel Levy has set that's the line in the sand. That wasn't good enough, and off you go. But there you go. It's been confirmed. Ange Postecoglou sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick to Zambia. I thought that might have been a corner to Comoros. Jake Slats, I can't believe my club. Matt P, how you going, Matt? Good to see you. It's frustrating. What else do we need to talk about tonight? What else do we need to talk about today? It feels like there's loads going on. Tommy, he won us a trophy and he gets sacked. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think any season where you win a trophy is a success, irrespective of league position. It is a success. That's wonderful play by Zambia. Shot! Good save by the keeper. Really good save, but that was good play. That was better than anything we saw in the first half of the Germany-Portugal game, to be honest. That was wonderful play by Zambia. Really unlucky. But yeah, I think Spurs, the fact that he won a trophy, you would have imagined he would have kept his job. Alas, no. Connor, thank you for sending that, Connor. Appreciate it. And Tommy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go and check us out on YouTube as well. Rubes, Ange back to Spurs in 8 months. Oh, he's calling it early. Rubes thinks there's a return on the cards. Good man. Ben, all Zambians are playing in the African leagues. Oh, right, okay, in this one. Right, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, there was only Pats and Daka that I recognised. I didn't see any of the other players. I didn't really recognise where they were playing their trade at the moment. Michael, evening Kieran, it's made official. Ange has been sacked. Yeah, we've just been talking about it, Michael. It's a peculiar decision, isn't it? Michael, I can understand if Tottenham had lost the Europa League and where they finished in the league, but winning Tottenham their first trophy in 17 years and Champions League football, I just don't get it. It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, just don't get it. And it's not even 17 years. 17 years since they won the League Cup, the Carabao Cup. That's the last thing that Tottenham won. But it's 31 years even before that to go back to the last time they won what we would call a major trophy, the FA Cup. So, it's a long, long time. Long, long time. Ben, to be fair, Ange has been rightfully sacked. And I told you weeks and weeks ago that regardless of Europa win or defeat, he'll be gone without question. Thomas Frank, 1-2 for next Spurs manager, says Ben. Next best is Marco Silva at 9-2. Ooh. Not Marco Silva. No, I don't think Marco Silva's a good fit. Ben, AK, what about our new Hungarian keeper? We're going to conquer Budapest soon. Hungarian Reds, yeah. Kirkez, Soboslai, and Armin Poxis? Is it Armin Poxis? But it's Armin something. I saw that. Yeah, he plays for Puskás Academy in Hungary. So yeah, Liverpool have about to announce a new goalkeeper. Our 4th goalkeeper. Kelleher leaves and we get a new goalkeeper in. Aston King, score is 0-0 at the moment. 0-0. Zambia 0, Comoros 0. Right, we're 12 minutes in. About 12 minutes in so far. Pure Loyalist, have my doubts on Russell Martin's statement. He vows to prove all the doubters wrong. Take that with a pinch of salt. I think with Russell Martin, though, what I will say is, I'm certainly one of the doubters, by the way, mate, but what I will say is that he did make a very, very good point that everywhere he's gone, they all had their doubts. And he said that again, he said he went into, was it Swansea? They were really concerned about him. He went to, obviously, Southampton. Again, there was real concerns with him there. And now he expects to do it with Rangers. And he kind of went into the interview. He said, didn't he? He went into the interview and he showed his cards. He said, "You are my number one priority. I want to be Rangers manager. So I know you'll have other options, but I only want you." And I think they must have loved that. They must have absolutely loved that pitch. Pedri lover and sacked. Tottenham will never be a giant with that mentality. Well, you could say that's good mentality, couldn't you? You could say that's maybe them showing that actually, look, we don't tolerate 17th, no matter what. And maybe Man United, look, do you know what? I actually think Spurs have showed, if anything there, big club mentality. I think Spurs have shown big club mentality by getting rid of him. It's the sort of mentality I expected Manchester United to show. And just been sacked after winning the Europa League and finishing 17th. Manchester United didn't win the Europa League. Have spent far, far more as well, by the way. Has spent far, far more. Manchester United didn't win the Europa League and have finished maybe only a few points above Spurs. There's no talk of Ruben Amorim being sacked. Odd decision. Adam Gregory, maybe if you give a manager longer than 2 years, they'll be a better club. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's his anniversary today as well. That's cold, isn't it? He's 2 years ago today he was appointed at the club. And he's been sacked 2 years ago today on his appointment. Lorcan Lennon, Ange deserved to be sacked. Why do you think that, Lorcan? Sam Eric 69, it is a bold move. Crispy, Spurs need a safe pair of hands. Sorry, Dyche, Allardyce or Hodgson options. Oh no, I don't think they'll go for any of them three. I don't think it is. I mean, look, you can't get into the Champions League and then profess you want a safe pair of hands. Spurs have got. I tell you what, this is bad. This is bad. These have had 4 shots. 4 shots in the opening 15 minutes. All from about 35 yards out, and every single one has gone about 40 yards over the bar. Like, I know it's a bobbly pitch, but my goodness me, this is like really, really poor standard so far. Ben, they finished second in the Hungarian League this season. Yeah, no, Puskás Academy. Yeah, FM No Casuals. If he's watching, he'll know about Puskás Academy. We've had them on our slips many times this year. Emmanuel Mayuka. Yes, Emmanuel Mayuka. Forgot about that. Yeah, Mayuka from Southampton. Good shout, Ben. I still think Russell Martin will do well at Rangers, says Ben. Razine. How are you, mate? Eid Mubarak. When is the England game? Yeah, same to you, mate. Absolutely. When is the England game? It is tomorrow at 5 p.m. kickoff. 5 p.m. kickoff. Litigation. A team that comes 16th or 17th in their league should never be in a Champions League. That's, yeah, well, I know. Look, they can't control that, can they? They can't control that. Spurs are just United are just shameless, says Samir. Lorcan Lennon, 17th in the league. Simple as that. Europa League win, but 17th in the Prem. Not good enough. Okay. So is there any surprise then that Man United have managed to stick with Ruben Amorim then, given that they only finished a couple of places above them? That, like, to me, I would have thought Man United's standards are higher than Ruben Amorim, than Spurs, and actually the line should be pretty clear for them too. I don't know. I was just equally surprised that Spurs have gone absolutely not. That's unacceptable. That's not good enough. And Man United have gone, Ruben, you're our guy. That guy Jack, good to see you, Jack. Tottenham Sakan, yeah, mate. We've just been talking about it. It's big news. Obviously coming out. It's breaking, emerging news story. Ben, you agree with Lorcan? I know, mate. Why do you think that? Are you having me on? You hate Spurs, though. You absolutely hate Spurs. Pure loyalist Ben, it takes a brave man to take on management at Ibrox. We've no opinion but to get behind, no option but to get behind Martin and Hope. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and I think Russell Martin will do well. I do think he'll do well. I'm not sure he was the right appointment, but you've not... Bit of an underwhelming appointment, let's say that. But I think there's still time. Still time. Rosine, the situation is better than Yamal until they... The situation better than Yamal until they face him? I don't know what you mean, mate. Comoros knocking it long, over the top. Chance here. Again, shot from distance. Why? Honestly, have these players been like told if you score from 40 yards, we'll give you like £1 million or whatever? Because every single time a player gets the ball, like as soon as they've got the ball within shooting distance, they're just having a go. They're just having a pot shot from distance here. It's wonderful in many ways because I feel like if we see a goal in this, it's got to be a screamer. It's going to be an absolute howitzer. Jensen, thoughts on Ange? We've been covering it for the last 10-15 minutes, mate, and honestly, I just feel like I think he's had a little bit of a rough break with that one. I think Spurs should have kept him. Yeah. I think Spurs should have kept him. Samir X69, thoughts on Theo Hernandez did a decent job against Yamal yesterday, no? Well, I don't think Yamal did all that much yesterday. Theo Hernandez was probably better going forward than he was defensively. I actually thought the main threat was down Spain's left side. You know, obviously Cucurella and what was I going to say? Nico Williams. Jensen, I bet your fave food is curry. Am I right? You bang on the money, mate. Yeah, absolutely. You called it. Osiro, thoughts on Ange getting sacked? I think, really hard done by. Yeah, Ange is really hard done by. What do you think? More importantly, what do you think? Why do you think Ange has been sacked? And who do you think, more importantly, who do you think they go and get to replace him? Marco Silva is second favourite. Thomas Frank obviously is installed as first favourite. I think the Spurs fans who would quite like maybe someone like Andoni Areola, maybe even Fabian Hersler at Brighton. Jake, Newcastle linked with Rodrigo Muniz. That's not a good signing, I don't think. Rodrigo Muniz, João Pedro, these are players that keep going. Have you seen the news this morning, Jake, by the way? The news this morning is that it's breaking. It was like leaked news that Newcastle are really struggling to sign players because they're being quoted really inflated transfer fees. And it's being called the Saudi tax. Basically, because of who Newcastle are owned by, they're getting charged extortionate fees as if clubs were selling to Saudi. Like, because it's Saudi and you're owned by Saudi, you're getting Saudi prices. So yeah, Newcastle, it's apparently really scuppering Newcastle in the transfer market at the minute. It was an article in I think it was in the Telegraph. You'd have to have a look at it, but I think it was. MG just been confirmed. Thomas Frank, new Spurs manager. Well, there's not anything that I've seen, and I don't think that would be the case. Thomas Frank. Yeah, no, there's nothing at all about Thomas Frank, and I think that's he might well be the favourite, but he's not yet installed as manager. Time will tell if he actually is, mind. MG, we've done that one, sorry. Hotspur Army, give me Ange back. Jake, I've not seen that this morning, but we've had that since the takeover. Not by everyone, but by some. Yeah, again, I don't know which players it's referring to, but it is saying that Newcastle are feeling a real sense of frustration. This is from the main sports journalist at the Telegraph. Maybe Burt, I think Matt Burt might be one of them. talking about how Newcastle are feeling real frustration in the transfer market because they are being quoted Saudi rates. Saudi rates for players. Osiro, do you think Ten Hag is the right fit for Leverkusen? I do, yeah. I do. I think Ten Hag is a very good manager. He got 2 trophies in 2 years at Man United. He took this Man United side to 8th in the table. Beat Man City in an FA Cup final. He's evidently not a bad manager. The problems at Man United predate Erik Ten Hag. They're obviously still around after he's left. So, yeah, I don't think... Ten Hag was a good manager when he came to United. He's a good manager now. And I think he'll do well at Leverkusen, actually. Is it Tottenham sacking the manager that gave them their first trophy in 18 years? The most Spursy thing. I mean, I'm astonished. I'm absolutely astonished by the decision. Absolutely astonished. Ben, what game are you doing after this? We are doing Wales against Liechtenstein. Yeah. Liam, thank you, Liam. Thank you for sending that through, Liam Kane. Razine, whenever media hypes up Doué, Gula, the media's got to know that those youngsters are nowhere near to Yamal. There's lots of good youngsters. I just don't think any of them are better than Messi and Ronaldo were. None of them. Ben, imagine Frank to Spurs, Ange to Brentford. I know, I said that earlier. I think that's a possibility, you know. I think that is a real possibility. Pure Loyalist looking more like Diamand will be heading to Everton, being brought up on too many Rangers channels. Diamand to Everton. What do we think to that? Razine, what are the chances you see for Cherki to City? Because Tijani already done deal and City already got good wingers. I reckon 40%. And I think Cherki, if he comes, he'll probably end up playing where De Bruyne does, kind of floating in that little number 10 space and drifting out wide and maybe doing what Florian Wirtz did. He'll have maybe the front 3 all interchanging. I imagine that is what Liverpool are going to do. And I think it's probably what City are going to do. So Cherki, Bernardo Silva, Omar Marmoush, whoever it might be, Doku, Savinho, whoever. But yeah, I do think Cherki does go to City, and if he does, then I think he's a better signing than Cunha. He's a better signing than Cunha. Rubes, I'm not reading that out. Jack, what a Friday for me. It's Friday. He is gone, yay. I want Frank now. See, there you go. Jack, another Spurs fan on our channel, he wanted Ange gone. Lots of Spurs fans really upset about Ange gone. Lots of Spurs fans kind of rejoicing at the news. Really do want him gone. Ginge, Diamand has good potential. He does, yeah. Mike J24, opinion on Maignan to Chelsea. I don't rate Maignan. I don't rate him at all. I think he should have done better with a couple of the goals last night. I think he's had a poor season for AC Milan. I think he's an okay keeper and nothing more. He's not a keeper that takes Chelsea to a league title, put it that way. So I would be surprised if Chelsea did go big for him. But allegedly, they are looking at Kudus from West Ham, and Robert Sanchez could be going to West Ham. That seems to be the rumours doing the rounds. But yeah, Mike Maignan, I'm not really sure, is a Premier League keeper. Sam X69, let's collectively pray for that one North Korean player who scored an OG today. God, yeah. No, definitely not. Caleb, hi, what are you having for dinner? What am I having for dinner? I don't know. I haven't had any dinner. I've not eaten today. Chance here for Zambia, cleared away by Comoros. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. That's really good defending by Zambia. Tristan, Ange sacked thoughts. I just think he's unlucky. Yeah, I think he's really unlucky. Ginge, Cunha and Burmo, Gyökeres, Emi Martinez, Estupinan. If United pull it off, how are you rating it out of 10? It's a good window, that. Yeah, it's a good window, but I don't think they get all of those. If they were to get all of those, I would say it's probably maybe a 7 or an 8 out of 10. 7 or an 8. At a push. Jake, you're right, Key. I've just seen that with the Saudi tax. It's interesting, isn't it? Again, we don't know how true it is. It's just an article giving some insights and some inside sources. It's quoting, like, inside sources have said that Newcastle are frustrated. So we don't know how accurate it is. But it does seem to be that journals are picking up on that frustration, that Newcastle are really frustrated. They're getting quoted ridiculous Saudi prices for players. Finley, are you a Scouse? No, I'm not a Scouse. I'm a Liverpool fan. If you meant that, I am a Liverpool fan. But no, I was born just outside Liverpool, about 15 minutes from Anfield. So I've not got the accent. I haven't got an L postcode, so therefore I'm not a Scouser. Jake, we wanted James Maddison, got Tonali, wanted Paqueta, got Bruno G. Same with wages, mate. Yeah, and and look, and that's it. You work with what you've got, and if you can do it, you can do it. But I still think Newcastle can be a successful club this season. But obviously the Saudi thing does make it slightly different, doesn't it? Finley, all right, I like Man U. Someone's got to, Finley. Greetings from Liverpool, says the Red Baron. Good man. Good man. See, I'm not claiming to be a Scouser, am I? The whole purple wheelie bin thing. I ain't got a purple wheelie bin. I would never profess to be. I'm a total and utter wool. A total wool. Jack, we are a mixed fan base. Rubes, why are you not saying my comments? Because it'll get me in trouble if I say it. Ginge, I like Man U too. You aren't alone. No, there's plenty of Man. Listen, Man United are a massive club. Massive, massive club. And I'm sure they'll get back to it at some point in future. But I don't think it'll be anytime soon, if I'm really, really honest with you. I think this season's going to be a struggle again for United. And the opening few weeks of the transfer window don't really make me feel any different about that. Zambia with a shot. Again, shot on target, but not really outdoing. Good save from the Comoros keeper. We still hate them though, lad. Yeah, of course we hate them. We hate them, they hate us. That's how it works. Man United hate Liverpool, we hate the Manx. Jake, I think we're going to see a drop-off with the Toon this season. Was excited about the window at first, but I'm not now. Have you seen Callum Wilson as well? Have you seen Callum Wilson? Callum Wilson signing a new contract as well. Callum Wilson signing a new contract at Newcastle. That's a big, big surprise. That tells you an awful lot. Tells you everything you need to know about Newcastle this season. That they were looking at strikers, but all of a sudden they're in negotiations for Callum Wilson to re-sign a new deal. It's very surprising. Very surprising. Steve, I can't stand Liverpool. Hey, listen, at least you're honest, mate. We can't stand you can't stand us. The world keeps on spinning. Samir X69, United will win the league after 2 years. Championship. No, I don't think they'll go down. I don't think United will go down. But I do think this season is critical for Man United, you might say, because after the money they've spent, they have got such a problem with FFP. They've got such a problem with financial fair play that if they don't get Champions League football, it's there. It's 1-0 Comoros. It's 1-0 Comoros. It was a free kick from the left-hand side. What's happened here? I've just been booted off TikTok for some reason. Oh, God. Here we go. It's 1-0 Zambia. Oh, sorry, 1-0 Comoros. 1-0 Comoros. Litigation, if you like your curry extremely hot, then can send you some brutal but nice chilies to add to the curries. Trinidad, Marugo Scorpion, Naga, Jalokia, Carolina Reaper. Okay, so ball in from the left-hand side here, sorry. Ball in from the left-hand side. It was a free kick, and it was just a lovely, lovely little flick. Flicked header at the near post. And it's 1-0 to Comoros. Big surprise. Avram Grant already not very happy with that one. Yeah, Avram Grant not happy at all. Oh, sorry. The mic's just gone. No. I've been banned. I've been banned from lives for a week, basically. I've been banned because I said I hate United. We hate United and United hate us. That's literally it. That is literally it. That's what's happened. No, it's just that. It's just that one statement. Violation reasons, hate speech and hateful behaviours. Our differences should be respected rather than a cause for division. We do not allow any hateful behaviour, hate speech or promotion of hateful ideologies. This includes content that attacks a person or group because of protected attributes. When's a Man United fan become a protected attribute? But yeah, I've got a 1 week ban from TikTok for that. How mad's that? That is absolutely outrageous. I don't know why. But I've been banned until June the 13th. So yeah, no lives on TikTok for another week, it seems. That's how quickly it can all go down. Anyway, I'm still live on here. I'm still live on YouTube and everywhere else. Yours Samuel, he commented first though. He said he can't stand Liverpool first. No, but even saying that, I can't stand Liverpool, and then I made a joke and said, yeah, no, we can't stand you. You can't stand us. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I thought that was quite friendly. I thought that was rather friendly. But that's what's happened. I don't know why it's all kicked off. But yeah, I've been banned. I've been banned on TikTok for that one statement. Appeal submitted. I've submitted an appeal. Whether or not it works, we'll see. It's so funny that, innit? Litigation. The chilies are hotter than my wife and girlfriend. Nice. Right. Well, honestly, now I know what that. If that is seriously what triggers TikTok, I'm going to have to be very, very sensitive. Like, very, very sensitive. I can't be saying in future that I hate Man United and they hate us. Can't be saying that. I'll get banned. You're going to have to be really reining it in on TikTok. Super sensitive. I can't believe that. That's so funny. That is absolutely hilarious. So funny. Okay. Rubes House Premier League widow. She's good, man. Yeah, she's good. She's nervously waiting her surgery this week. Farpole, Zambia. Oh, shit, that keeper. That was shocking from the keeper. Keeper comes flying out. Really should have got something on that. But yeah, she's good, thank you. She's very good. Vegeta, thank you for the follow. I can see we're live on Twitch and doing all right as well at the minute. So let's have a look on Twitch. Have we got anyone talking on Twitch? Is anyone chatting to me on Twitch? Vegeta, hello, how are you? I am very good. Sorry I can't hear you because my headphones aren't working now. Can you type me in the chat, please? I can't type in the chat. That's about as good as I can do, sorry. That's a really, really good bit of play there by Zambia. I'm very unlucky. Jake, what's happened to TikTok? I've been banned. Yeah, I've been banned on TikTok, mate. I've been banned. Literally, just I've got a 1 week ban on TikTok because I said I hate. Well, someone said I can't stand Liverpool, and I said, I know, mate. We can't stand United either. You can't stand Liverpool. We can't stand United. The world keeps spinning. That section got me banned for hate speech, hateful language against a protected something or other. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because we said the word hate. Maybe under appeal it'll be reviewed and it'll all be fine. The review takes 30 minutes to 4 hours, but as it stands, I haven't even got live access for another week on TikTok. So we're all down on TikTok, but we've still got live access on everything else. So we'll just focus on that. We'll just focus on YouTube and X and Twitch and Instagram and Facebook. We're still live on all the others. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, ultra sensitive TikTok at the moment, sadly. Pure loyalist, TikTok's a joke. It's becoming incredibly high maintenance. If you can't even say Liverpool fans hate United, United fans hate Liverpool, that feels like very, very tame. Doesn't feel like that qualifies as hate speech, but my God, it's got me a 1 week ban, which do you know what? Do you know what the worst thing is? It's actually not a 1 week ban. It's a 1 week ban, and then when you come back after your 1 week ban, you get a 2 week shadow ban. So for example, I don't know if anyone saw last night. Last night we had over 1,400 people watching us on the live. 1,400 people just on TikTok were in the live watching us when we did the Spain v France game, right? 1,400 people. When I come back after the ban on June the 13th, I'll be limited to about 10 to 12 people. It doesn't go out to anyone else for the first 2 weeks. So you have to have you have your 1 week ban, and then you have like a 2 week hiatus shadow ban where you've got to prove that you're all right again, and then you get, and then it unleashes, and then it's all right again. And I've only just got out of one of them bans. I've only just got out of that, and they've banned me again. So you can't really win. Can't really win. Probably have to do I might have to do like a second account at this point. I might have to do like a Premier League Dad 2 or something. TikTok sucks, but the complainant can suck at least more views on YouTube now. Well, there's potentially more on YouTube now. We'll see. Yeah, again, it's better on YouTube. But right, so Zambia, I've got a player down here. Let's talk. Let's have a chat, lads and lasses who are in the YouTube. Let's have a chat about whatever you want to chat about. Let's fire some questions around, because we haven't got as much participation, obviously, from the TikTok crowd. So let's have a little chinwag about other things that's going on. Let's have a little look on Twitter and see what stuff's coming in. Obviously, there's news flying in about Postecoglou. There you go. Florian Wirtz to Liverpool is considered a done deal. £22 million per season. Negotiations between the clubs regarding the transfer fee are near to completion. He could have his medical scheduled next week. That's via Bild, the German newspaper. They've said it's basically done. Clubs have agreed an amount around €150 million. It's done. Received the green light. Manchester United have placed a second bid for Brian Mbeumo at over £60 million as well. Your Samuel, create an alternative account. Mate, I'm trying. I'm really trying, but it feels like it's exhausting, Jake. Yeah, mate, this must be so frustrating for you at times. Keep going though. Best channel on social media. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. It's more that it's frustrating because TikTok is, if nothing else, provides high volumes of people very, very quickly. So, yeah, it's just annoying. But we'll see. Thank you, Samuel. You're the best watch-along streamer. You're an absolute sweetheart for saying that, man. Thank you. Rubes, what are you saying? I don't know what I'm saying who for. Is your missus still getting you to check her eyes for yellowing? All will be good, bro. She is, yeah, mate. She's got her surgery on Friday. Oh, no, Monday. It's Friday today. Monday. She got surgery on Monday. And then, yeah, so then it's like 2-3 weeks of me looking after her rather than the other way around. So hopefully it's all good. She's never actually been in really for surgery, so It's a bit nerve-wracking for her. Yours, Samuel, they paid 150 mil. Apparently they've agreed a fee close to... This is the wording from Bild. Liverpool have agreed a fee somewhere in the region of 150 million euros. So still only about 130, maybe 120 to 130 pounds. And I imagine that's with bonuses, isn't it? That's with bonuses. So I don't think Liverpool have moved massively up, but I imagine Leverkusen have moved a little bit down, and we've met somewhere in the middle. But it feels like now that's close to being done anyway. It's very, very near. Rubes, what's up with the wife? She's having gallbladder surgery. Gallbladder surgery. She's got to have a gallbladder out. Jake, before you got banned, I asked if you'd seen the PSR headroom chart of each club in the Prem. Yes, I have. Chelsea 300 million in the green after spending 1.5. Yeah, League's a mess. Mate, I think that's in part... This is what a United fan flew in the chat. I don't know if he was here for it. A United fan came in the chat last night and he was like... United aren't in any problems with PSR. We're absolutely fine. We're the fifth healthiest team in the league in terms of finances. And everyone was just like, what are you on about? What on earth are you talking about? Manchester United are not financially healthy. Every man and his dog knows Manchester United are not financially healthy. Jim Ratcliffe gave an interview the other day that said Manchester United are not financially healthy, that cash is running out and that they owe £300 million on transfers for players they've already decided are not good enough. And he referenced that same chart that you're talking about, that Man United are fifth in the league table for PSR headroom, but that only pertains to this season. The problem for Man United, the problem for Chelsea, and potentially various other clubs is next season is when they'll really feel those losses. For Manchester United, it'll be the losses of being out of the Champions League. They'll start to feel those losses from next season. That's going to be the real problem for United, because it's done over a 3-year average. That's how it's calculated. So all those player losses, all those Champions League losses, those advertising losses, because again, United's advertisers, sponsors, they pay less if United are out of the Champions League. There's all of that still to be worked through. 1 minute added on at the end of the first half here. Jake, it's wrong if Newcastle are misnamed 8th and then 15th. They would have to sell everyone. We do good and still... Oh, finished 8th, sorry. And then 15th. They would have had to sell everyone. We do good and still have to sell if we want to buy. I think the leagues are... The rules are a little bit skewed, aren't they? They're definitely skewed. But I don't think it's skewed in favour of the top 6. Like, I think Liverpool and... quite a few other clubs, to be honest, are trying to... Arsenal, for example, Liverpool and Arsenal, if nothing else, are kind of playing by the rules. We're not taking the mick, whereas you look at Chelsea, you look at Villa are about to do it as well, aren't they? Chelsea selling hotels to themselves, Chelsea selling women's teams to themselves, City obviously bending the rules in multiple different ways, allegedly. And Aston Villa now are about to do what Chelsea did, because they've seen that Chelsea did it, and a precedent has now been set that it's okay, or at least Chelsea haven't been punished for it. So, yeah, Villa are about to sell their women's team to someone else and get a big load of money for it, which will allow them to offset their PSR. Right, it's half-time here. It's half-time in Bloemfontein, and it's Comoros 1, Zambia 0 in the Cosafa Cup. It's been a... I'll not go as far as saying it's an entertaining first half. It hasn't quite been entertaining. Been a lot of stop-start, a lot of... the pitch is incredibly bobbly. It's been really, really poor, I would say, the quality of the football. But we got a goal. A goal in the first, about 15, 20 minutes in. Free kick from the left-hand side. Header. Keeper came out to try and punch it clear. Double-fisted it clear, and the keeper got nowhere near it. Lovely little header. And in it went. And Comoros 1-0 up in the Cosafa Cup. And they'll go top of the group with that one. Rubes, she got acute cholecystitis. I don't know what that is, but no, she hasn't got anything like that. Jake, Manuel will be phone next year. Off will be teams like Leeds. If they spend, will suffer. It's wrong. I mean, Leeds, yeah, the teams that are coming up, I think Burnley are in trouble, aren't they? I'm sure Burnley are in trouble. Pure Loyalist, Man U are in a worse state than Rangers, and Rangers were fined, demoted, and they tried to destroy our club and failed. Yeah, Man U are in a very, very bad state. A very, very bad state. I mean, you've got the fans saying that they might, yeah, they'll really, they're fine. They're in the healthiest position they've been in for years and all this nonsense. Samir X69, good to see you, man. Do you recognise players from these teams? No. No, I don't. I thought we would recognise at least a few, 2 or 3. Usually, like, we watch a lot of football on this channel. You would have thought we'd have recognised 2 or 3. Surely 2 or 3. But no, it's been mostly players that are in the African League. So no, I don't recognise any. I thought it would be Patson Daka at least would have started for Zambia, but no Patson Daka. No Mayuka, who used to play for Southampton. Nobody like that. And yeah, I don't recognise any of the players at all. But Comoros are 1-0 up. And do you know what? That is often the case in the African Nations Cup. I really like watching the African Nations Cup, and that's always good fun. Rubes, gallstones or inflamed gallbladder. It's gallstones. Yeah, she's got gallstones. And she's got to have it. She's got to have it out because allegedly you can't just take the gallstones out because apparently once your body starts producing gallstones, then you keep getting gallstones. I don't know. That's my understanding of it. So she's got to have that out. That's what she's doing on Monday. Man U will be fine next year. Won't be in PSR trouble, but it will be teams like Leeds who will suffer if they spend. Right. Yes. Sorry, Jake. Walking and typing. Yes. No, Man United won't be in trouble next year. Unless... I think they could be in trouble next year if they don't get Champions League football. That's going to be the real problem for United. That's going to be the real challenge. Jake, I talk proper England, and I've been able to speak like this since I was a little children. Oh, come on. New strike. Appeal not approved. We've reviewed your appeal and found your live violates our community guidelines. Your live access will not be restored. There you go. And because of that, I've received a strike. Which means... Yeah. I don't know. It means... I might get a suspension. Oh, that's grim. There you go. Appeal not approved. Appeal not approved on TikTok. Rubes, it's disgusting. I have to have mine out. Really? You have to, or you had to? Right. So let's have a little check up on Twitter and see where we are with it. Do you know what? I'm gonna create a second account. As an absolute bare minimum. I'm gonna have another account that I can use. Definitely need a new one, don't I? Right, well I won't do that now while I'm live, but I will. We'll get another TikTok account. The only problem is you've got to get to 1,000 followers to get thingy, don't you? I can't speak. Rubes, I have to. I have an inflamed gallbladder and gallstones. Bloody hell. You can't, yeah, it's just, I think it's just genetics, innit? You can't do anything about it. It's frustrating, though. And it causes, I mean, I don't know about you, Rubes, but it causes her a good deal of pain. So, yeah, it's not pleasant. Spurs chat podcast. Chris Cowlin has reacted to the club sacking Ange Postecoglou by saying it's very, very disappointing. HLTCO Palace fan has said, obviously not a Spurs fan. I completely understand why fan opinion over whether or not he should have been sacked is extremely split. But I do think the fact they've left the situation in limbo for so long shows a real lack of respect for him and what he achieved in Bilbao. Do we think that's fair? The fact that it's happened immediately, like not immediately after Bilbao, but the fact that it's kind of dragged on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Do the Spurs fan channels here saying, regardless of what the decision was going to be, Daniel Levy has dragged this out for far too long and has left the club scrambling both on a new manager and on new transfer strategies to fit whoever the new manager's goals and tactics are. And it's kind of tainted it a little bit as well. Spurs' first European trophy since, 1980 something, 84, is it? 83, 84? First European trophy in about 40 years, and they've, it's a little bit tainted now. Other Spurs fans here saying, I've not seen anyone happy that he's gone. He united the whole fan base when we were so divided over him, and good times were coming, but then Levy was lurking and did more damage. Mad. Samir X69, let me be the first follower. And Rubes, I found eating certain foods. Yeah, definitely the certain foods thing, mate. Yeah, she's the same. Anything that's fried, anything that's deep fried or carby, anything like that at all, got to stay away from it. So yeah, all veg, fruit and veg, lots of water as well, and nothing too sugary. But yeah, there's certain things that inflame it, and spicy stuff as well. Got to stay away from that. But yeah, Samir X69, what I'll do is I will, in between this live and the Wales v Liechtenstein live, I'll create a new TikTok account, and if you could follow it, that would make a big difference, because I need to get to 1,000 followers to be able to get going again on the live. Yeah, so annoying, really annoying. Samir X69, so finishing 17th was not disappointing. Well, I mean, not according to them it wasn't, no. Not according to them it wasn't. This is from Spurs fans. There you go. According to Build, Vert has his medical scheduled in Liverpool at the beginning of next week, Monday next week, and then he's going to go on holiday and begin his preparations in Liverpool in July. So basically he's going to do his medical next Monday. Then he's going to fly off on holiday for a couple of weeks and then come back at the start of July for pre-season like every other Liverpool player. Very exciting. Love that. Florian Wirtz, all done. What else? What else news have we got coming in? Arsenal fan, here we go. DT, absolutely no surprise that Ange's been sacked. When a small club wins a trophy for the first time in nearly 2 decades, there will always be excitement amongst fans. Still, when that euphoria dies down, you're left with a manager who lost 22 games out of 38 last season, conceding nearly 70 goals. A new manager will at least mean they shouldn't be fighting relegation again next season. Little bit of a barb there, wasn't there? Little bit of a barb there from DT, as you'd expect. Mark Goldbridge, let's have a listen to what Mark Goldbridge just said. He said, I actually agree with Spurs sacking Ange. Yes, it's very harsh, but they'd have spent loads on him this summer and he'd have been gone by Christmas anyway. No way that team was suddenly going to start being consistent in the Prem. That's probably a valid point, and you'd have to say maybe United fans are in a unique position to judge this, because United fans have just been through this, haven't they, with Erik ten Hag? Erik ten Hag was ready to be sacked as Man United manager. He won the FA Cup final against City and they decided to keep him. They then spent a fortune getting him Agate and Xerxes and a few others, and then all of a sudden they sack him a few months later. So it just seems to me like maybe the United fans, their perspective on it might be a little bit tinged based on that. Anas Ahmed, the fact Ange would have kept his job if he finished 6th without a trophy is hilarious. Sums this football club up under this ownership. Chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. Sam, do you know Sam Matterface? Sam Matterface has put Rodri in his Premier League team of the season because he showed how good and important he is by not playing. How funny is that? That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Atletico Madrid have bid for Alex Baena of Villarreal. La Liga president Javier Tebas on the 2025 Ballon d'Or. It should be between Lamine Yamal and Vinicius Jr. Litigation: Man United fans are babies, allowed Rangers fans into the Stretford End, then cried a lot because they got outsung. Pure Loyalist: YouTube's my last hope, to be honest. I'm banned from all of the media channels due to voicing my opinions. Been timed out on numerous occasions on YouTube also, so have to be careful. Crikey. Mate, yeah, I was going to say. You just got to sometimes pick your moments. And, yeah, DT isn't he still in prison, says Rubes. No, I don't think he is anymore. But he was not that long ago. Vinicius, says Samir. Yeah, Javier Tebas saying Vinicius and Lamine Yamal as the two favourites for the Ballon d'Or, in his opinion. Again, I can't see that. I don't understand how you would say that Vinicius would even be involved in it. He had a shocking season. Anthony had a better season than Vinicius. Who wins this transfer window? Arsenal, if they sign Sesko, Rodrigo and Zubamendi. City, with Cherki, Reinders and Ait-Nouri. Man United, with Cunha and Bermo and Gyökeres. Or Liverpool with Wirtz, Frimpong and Kerkez. Who wins the transfer window? Well, I know who I think. I think the team that makes the most improvement out of those three would be City. I don't think Man United. I think Man United probably don't finish 14th again. So if we're talking just in terms of league position, I think probably Man United. I think United probably finish about 9th or 10th next year. Pure Loyalist, to be honest, I think Ange was destined to go either way, sorry. Yeah, he was destined to go either way. There's quite a few fans who've said that. I think that's a little bit... Not that is a little bit harsh, but I still think it's really harsh that they've sacked him. I think at the bare minimum, him winning the Europa League earned him the right to go again. But what do I know? Right, the players are about to come back out here for the second half in this one. The Kerkez deal is very, very nearly completed as well. Liverpool and Bournemouth are close to agreeing a fee for Kerkez. Do you know what? There's Palace fans who are going nuts here saying, I can't believe we're going to get kicked out of the Europa League here. If we get kicked out, genuinely just let Glasner walk. Sell Gay, Eze, Mateta, Wharton and just liquidate the club. We won the FA Cup. It's never ever going to get better. Litigation Rubes, gallstones can be worse than toothache. Mate, honestly, the pain that I've seen my missus in labour, and gallstones is at the very least comparable. It's bad for her. She had it bad. Salah is better than Yamal and Vinicius, says Samir. Yeah, I don't think either of them two are better than Mo Salah. I don't think they've had a better year than Mo Salah, and I think, if I'm really, really honest, it's probably between Mo Salah and maybe Dembele. That's probably where I'd look at. It's between those two. I know I've said Lamine Yamal, but I think Lamine Yamal's only going to get it from a marketing perspective. Right, come on, why is this... Right, we're back off here. We're back off and underway. Okay, right, so... Okay, now I can actually go on my phone, to be honest. I can go on my phone and do and use Twitter for that. Samir X69, how will small clubs grow? Just supply their best talents to bigger clubs. How does this work? Well, I mean, we've kind of seen a little bit of that with Brighton, haven't we? We have seen Brighton do that and be successful at it. So, I don't necessarily agree that there's not a way for teams to do it. You know, I think you can do it, absolutely. I just think you probably need... I think you probably need... Right, sorry, one sec. That's better, there you go. Yeah, I think Brighton have shown they can do it. Brighton have sold players over the years and then gone and, you know, they've made changes and then they've re-gone again, haven't they? That's what Brighton do so well. That's why they've been so successful. And I think that's probably what most teams have tried to replicate, that Brighton model. Oh, I can't believe that. Do you know what? When you looks out, you looks out. I had Sweden to win today. Sweden under 21s to beat Qatar under 21s. Qatar under 21s have won that. Pure loyalist, Belgium v Wales, same day your missus goes into hospital. I know, mate. This is the thing. I think over the next few days, I'm probably going to be not really streaming. This is where I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break for family reasons and actually look after her a little bit. So the likelihood is you might not see me for a good few days after tomorrow. So I'm going to do Saturday. I might even do Sunday because she's only got the op on Monday. So I might do Saturday, I might do Sunday. But after tomorrow, chances are you probably won't see me for 3 or 4 days. So get your Premier League, Dad. Get your key fixes as while you can, and then it's I'm off for a good few nights, which I haven't been really. I haven't been for some time. This has been a shocking game. A properly shocking game. And I've got to say, it's not even the quality of the players. It's the quality of the pitch. It's the quality of the pitch. It's a cricket pitch. I would have thought that would have been as smooth as anything. It's a cricket pitch. The ball is bobbling like you wouldn't believe. You can't pass on this pitch. I mean, admittedly, you know, we're not seeing exceptional quality passing anyway, but the passing standard has been poor, and again another shot from about 40 yards out. Why would you do it? Why would you do it? Samir X69, please do the Nations League final. When's the Nations League final? What night's that on? I need to have a look and see what Sunday's games are. So Saturday, tomorrow I've got tomorrow I have the England game, and then I've got the Finland game. Finland against Netherlands. So we've got 2 games tomorrow. Andorra v England, and then Finland against the Netherlands. So we've got them 2 tomorrow, that's fine. Sunday we're fine. We'll do both the UEFA Nations League games on Sunday. Germany, France, and then Portugal, Spain. I might even do, maybe we could do a game in the middle of them. Is there a game in the middle of them we could do? Let me have a look and see. Is there any games we could do in the middle of those 2? Like a 5 o'clock kickoff. A little 5 o'clock kickoff or something like that. 4 or 5 o'clock. Come on, surely. Anything? Georgia against Cape Verde. We could do Georgia against Cape Verde. World friendly. Pure loyalist withdrawals next week then. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we've got Saturday and Sunday we're on. Monday, there's not really a huge amount of footy anyway. So, I'm not doing anything on Monday. I'm definitely not streaming on Monday. Tuesday, Moldova against Andorra under 21s. That's stretching it. And there is Japan v Indonesia and Saudi Arabia against Australia. There's that. Maybe that to have a look at. Let's see. Sam X69, your dedication and love for football is crazy. I hope you get more success on social media. Well, time will come, Samir. Time will tell. Again, maybe I won't. I'm not after mega fame, by the way. Just a little bit of monetization would be nice, just to make sure that I've got fuel in the car and I can have beans on toast for tea or something. My little girl can have chicken nuggets and chips or something. It doesn't have to be anything major. Skint as it is, but we'll see. By the end of the year, maybe it's a great rags to riches story, and by Christmas time, it's all gone well. Otherwise, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's time to go and get a job again. But I hope not, because I do like doing it. It's good. We enjoy the footy, don't we? I love watching the footy. And if people like it, then they'll stick around, and if they don't, then they won't, and that's fine too. I'm cool either way with how it pans out. That's just how it was meant to be. But we'll work hard. We'll keep going. We'll keep working hard. We'll do a game or two every day, and 3 and 4 games on some days if we can, and we'll just keep going, man. Rubes, how's the wife's channel going? She's doing well too. Yeah, she's doing all right too. Hers isn't anything I really follow or do anything with, but she enjoys it. She's trying to follow her dream. I'm trying to follow mine. The pertinent fact is that we're both still very much skint, because it's still very early days. So we've only been doing it for a few months, about 6 months in total up to this point. So takes time, doesn't it? It takes time. Just do your best, leave the rest. Exactly, you said it, Samir. Try managing Rangers. I'm sure you do better than Russell Martin. Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't look as good as Russell Martin. You see him yesterday? Lovely little... Oh, I tell you something. He was a handsome man. Surprised, actually, that he would have turned up like that on a first day. Because if you follow... I mean, Oliver Reed, I don't know if you know anything about Oliver Reed. Oliver Reed, the great actor. He once said that villains and people of high intelligence, people who are capable and competent, villains and people who are good at what they do, they have straight hair. They have straight hair. They have sharp hair, right? And idiots have floppy hair. that's his expression, not mine. That's his expression. Idiots have floppy hair. In movies, this is at least. Maybe not in real life, but in movies, idiots have floppy hair. So, yeah, I would have thought he'd have come in and maybe been a bit slicked back and a bit more, like Ruben Amorim, first day on his job at Man United. Slick. Always, what's the expression Hitch uses in the film Hitch? What's he say? Start every day as if it's on purpose. So always look like it's on purpose. And I don't know, it just looked a little bit boyish, a little bit wispish. Maybe that's part of his charm. Who knows? Looks don't win trophies. Oh, I don't know. You'd be surprised. What about bald people? Well, that's on purpose, isn't it? That is on purpose. Bald people is actually very deliberate, isn't it? That's why, like Pep Guardiola, but it's when you're balding, I guess. Like I am. If you get a little balm cake on the top here, and you that maybe doesn't look as on purpose. Looks like it's accidental. Litigation, what platform is Pure Loyalist on? I don't know. He's only on YouTube as far as I'm aware. Just he's on YouTube. Short goal kick taken here by Zambia. Cleared up the pitch. Only YouTube. Right, okay. Well, it's a foul here to Comoros. They've got an opportunity to whip the ball into the box. Wales and Liechtenstein kicks off in... Is it 7:45 kickoff? Right, so I need to update YouTube then, because this one's only gonna go off at like 7 o'clock. So we might have to make that more of a 7:30 PM kickoff maybe. That's going to be a proper horrendous game, that, you know. As in a really horrendous watch-along. It's live on BBC, so we're not going to get too many in for that. Right, let's change the schedule time on that one to 7:30. 7:30 for Wales versus Liechtenstein. I'm really annoyed about that TikTok thing now. Really annoyed about that, because there was nothing we did there. Absolutely nothing we did. So, thinking about next season then. If your club, whoever your club is, if you'd only sign one player right now to make a difference for your club, who would it be? Realistically, not talking like Lamine Yamal. Who would you realistically sign to make a difference for your club? Because I'm thinking, from a Liverpool perspective, I still think we're desperate for a centre mid. And some legs in that midfield. And as much as I'd love us to go and sign someone like Wharton or Stiller, I think we're probably more likely to need maybe a Baleba. Someone of that ilk. Or maybe what's his name now? The other lad from it's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Honestly, you get mad fog, brain fog on here. Too many from Madrid. That's who I was on about. Pure Loyalist, just got your notification for Wales v Liechtenstein game. Oh right, was you already on that? Have you got that notifications on? So it said it was going to change. I didn't know you got notifications. Chimey, good to see you. So glad to join you. Good to have you, Chimey. Good to have you, mate. We've we're watching this one. It's not been the most thrilling game. You can watch it yourself if you want to. It's on FIFA Plus. So you can go to FIFA Plus website and you can search on the live tab at the top. Zambia against Comoros. Zambia in the box here. Chance for them. Cleared away by Comoros. yeah, so you can watch it live. You can watch it for free on that if you do wish to do so. Comoros are in here again. He's going to have a shot from distance here, I'm telling you. About 50 yards out. He's only past the halfway line. They're just not bothered. I'm sure they've got a sweep on for whoever scores the furthest out. Whoever has a shot from distance and scores, you get, all the players will pay a fine or something. Some unbelievable shots from distance. None have gone anywhere near the goal. They've been closer to the corner flag than the goal, most of them. Love that loyalist, as always. Love it. Love it. Have you got any other bets on this weekend, Chimey? I've just lost, not loads, but just a couple of quid I had on an ACCA, and the ACCA had on it Sweden under-21s against Qatar under-23s, I think it was. It was like a friendly, but it's Sweden under-21s versus Qatar under-23s, and Qatar under-23s have beaten. Unreal. Litigation, my ex ground up 2 of the 4 gallstones and fed them me in a curry. What? Your ex ground up 2 of your gallstones? No, behave yourself. I don't believe that for 1 second. Otherwise, you've had some odd exes. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that. Everyone's had some odd exes. Me, I'm no stranger to that. But yeah, grounding up your gallstones and putting it in a curry. Bloody hell, mate. Alan Shearer responding to the Ange Postecoglou news by saying, what a stupid game football is. So, Alan Shearer can't believe it. Chimey, I haven't bet this week, but I'm planning to get into it tomorrow. Okay. Keep me updated, man. Let me know how you get on. I might have to jump on one. We'll have to honestly, we need to get a Discord going on this channel where we can actually just share this stuff maybe off the lives as well. Because there's a fair few little tipsters we've got in the channel who like a bet and stuff. Apparently, Graham Bailey saying that Liverpool are not giving up on signing Alexander Isak this summer. LFC awaiting outcome of contract discussions and are ready to pounce. Reds assessing other options, but Isak is seen as still in play. If Liverpool get Isak and Wirtz in the same summer, seriously. Litigation, nothing will put me off a good curry. Chimey, I'll share my picks tomorrow. Alright, mate, cheers. Thank you for that. Yeah, please do. Please do. Chimey, international football is very unpredictable. Oh, yeah, no kidding. No kidding. International football, end of season football. Look at the state of that then. Simple pass to feet. The guy stood literally on the halfway line. Simple pass to feet. And his first touch went above his head. The ball was rolling along the floor. It was rolling along the floor and his first touch went over his head. Now that could be a reflection of his first touch or it could be a reflection of the pitch. Or both. But... oh, it's honestly, the standard is shocking, but the pitch is really, really bad as well, so I don't know which is worse. And usually when you see standard like this, usually you think goals, you know. Usually it's like when you have players and groups of players who maybe aren't at the level that you would have hoped they are, or aren't at the level you've seen. Usually there's more goals, isn't there? But no, absolutely not. No chances. Very little chances. Lots of set pieces, lots of long balls, and lots of wild, reckless 40, 50-yard shots over the bar. And I thought that was a packed stadium. It's not. The stadium is empty. There's not a single person in the stadium apart from stewards and match staff. Now, admittedly, it's Zambia against Comoros, and they're playing in South Africa here. So maybe not all that surprising that there's not a massive travelling fan base of Zambians and Comorosians. What are people from Comoros called? Comoros. People from Comoros are called Comorian. There you go. Comorosian. I don't know why I thought that, but there you go. Pure loyalist, that's what happens when you share a pitch with... Come on, I can't say that. It is a cricket pitch. This is a cricket pitch in South Africa. Yeah, it's in it's the Oval. The Oval in Bloemfontein. It really does look like a I don't know, some sort of a parade has been on the pitch or something has been on the pitch, because it's kicking up everywhere. Alright, we've got an injury as well now. Player down. Okay, let's have a look and see what else we've got going on in the world of football. Why not? Arsenal are now advancing in negotiations for Benjamin Sesko after initial concrete talks reported last week. Whoa, PSG are going to demand around €40 million to sell Donnarumma this summer. Right, well, whoever needs a keeper should be all over that. £40 million, €40 million to sell to buy Donnarumma. That's a Chelsea signing. That is a Chelsea signing if ever I've seen one. Newcastle too. Chelsea and Newcastle both desperately need a goalkeeper. That Donnarumma for €40 million is madness. Why would you sell him? Why would you sell him? Here we go, Ange Postecoglou's statement. When I reflect on my time as manager of Tottenham Hotspur, my overriding emotion is one of pride. The opportunity to lead one of England's historic football clubs and bring back the glory it deserves will live with me for a lifetime. I have enormous faith in this group of players and know there is much potential and growth in them. There were many challenges to overcome and plenty of noise that comes with trying to accomplish what many said was not possible. We have laid foundations that mean this club should not have to wait 17 more years for their next success. I sincerely want to thank those who are the lifeblood of the club, the supporters. I know there were some difficult times, but I always felt that they wanted me to succeed. It's important to acknowledge the hardworking people at Spurs who gave me encouragement on a daily basis. Finally, want to thank those who were with me every day for the last 2 years. We are forever connected. Order est facile. Honestly, there'd be Spurs fans in tears. Spurs fans in tears about all this. Pure loyalist will swap Jack Butland. Jack Butland. Bloody hell. Right, here we go. Zambia, they've got a chance here. They've drove him all the way up, out wide. Poor. Header, chance, keeper. It's cleared away. It's going to be a throw-in. Comoros get it away just about into the last 20 minutes here now in Bloemfontein. Basically, by the way, Florian Wirtz is going to be Liverpool's highest paid player. He's coming in on £350,000 a week. Liverpool are making him the highest paid player at the club. That's the breaking news. That's the breaking news as far as I'm concerned. Al Hilal are also submitting a bid for Darwin Núñez. He is the main number one transfer this summer, Al Hilal. Now that Bruno Fernandes is off the table, it is Darwin Núñez who they want. Al Nassr still chasing Luis Diaz, but Darwin Núñez is Al Hilal's prime target. If we get 100 million for each of them, imagine Liverpool get 200 million for Diaz and Núñez. We'll take that. Take that every day of the week. Hey, isn't it mad that we've not had any bots? We've not had any spam bots in this one. No spam bots in this live. We seem to have spam bots every single live, but we haven't had one today. Does nobody want to, does there no spammers want to come in for Zambia against Comoros? They only want to do it for the Champions League final in Spain against France. They're not interested in Zambia and Comoros. Rats, aren't they? Absolute rats. Wrong'uns. Chimey, you're paying Wirtz more than Salah. Yes, we are, yeah. Yeah, Salah is on, I believe, 325k a week. Wirtz is on, Salah's on 300k a week. Wirtz is on 350. Yeah, Wirtz is coming in as Liverpool's highest paid player. Which you kind of have to do. You really have to do. At some point, you've got to move on from your Mo Salahs and whatever. And I do think that Wirtz is the next generation, isn't it? Liverpool have had problems like this in the past. I remember Graham Souness did a story when he was Liverpool manager in the 90s. Graham Souness, you might remember, was a Liverpool player, and he played with Ian Rush. And then Souness retired, became Liverpool manager, and he was managing Ian Rush. Ian Rush, by this point, is in his 30s. Still a very, very good player, but still a Liverpool legend, our top scorer, one of the best strikers around, but he's in his 30s, he's getting on. And Liverpool went out and they needed to sign a new striker, someone to come in and kind of take Liverpool into the new era. And they ended up going signing Dean Saunders. And they put Dean Saunders on really, really good money. Because they had to, because that's what you have to pay to get... You pay what the market tells you that striker is worth. So they paid big money to get Dean Saunders in. And Ian Rush came into Souness's office and was like everything I've done for this club, you're not going to... I deserve to be on that sort of money. Why am I not on that sort of money? And Souness then had to say no to him and then ask him to go out and give him a game give him a performance on Saturday afternoon. And that was really tough, and that was one of the reasons why Souness kind of failed as Liverpool manager, because he chose to do contract negotiations himself rather than give it to the owners or, let the agents settle it sort of thing. He got involved in him. Pure loyalist, that's a ridiculous weekly wage, crazy prices. Yeah, but that's the going rate, isn't it? That is the going rate, and that's why everything else in football is so astronomically high. That's why ticket prices through the roof. Someone's got to pay for the players' wages. That's why football kits are through the roof. That's why, everything's through the roof in terms of football. Everything that's involved in football. Litigation, it was her gallstones. Oh, Christ. Zambia getting to the edge of the area. Shot here, maybe. Miles wide from Zambia. I'll tell you what, this has been a rough game. It's been a tough watch. Very, very tough watch. Don't know if anyone is actually watching it. Are any of you actually watching this with me? Or are you just listening to me? I don't mind which it is, by the way. But if you are watching this, I kind of feel sorry for you because it's a tough, very, very tough watch. Where exactly is Comoros as well? That's another thing I need to have a think of. I don't even know where Comoros is. Comoros on a map. Is it an island? I'm sure it's an island, isn't it, Comoros? It's in the Indian Ocean. Do you know? Yeah, it's near Madagascar, isn't it? Oh, right. It's in the same body of water as the Seychelles and the Maldives. Jack Spurs, I'm waiting for Thomas Frank and I'm partying. What if you don't get Thomas Frank? Who would you want if not Thomas Frank, Jack? Rubes, I'm just listening. Okay, that's nice for you. I appreciate you listening, if nothing else, Rubes. Thank you. Your loyalty means a lot to me. Comoros knocking it long. Zambia just recycling the ball and they run it out of play for a throw in. It's so bad. It's so bad. I feel sorry for them as much as anything because at least part of it is the pitch. At least part of it is the pitch. They're playing on a cricket pitch. Can't be easy. Cannot be easy. You say Xavi, Jack. Okay. If not Frank, then Xavi, so we can have a Pedri on our team. Pure Lord, is Scotland v Iceland starting? Don't know why I bothered even mentioning it. 4-0 Iceland. 4-0 to Iceland, you think, tonight? That's a friendly, that one, isn't it? Scotland, Iceland. Chimey, not saying Wirtz is not worth it. I'm just saying you should have let him work his way up to 350. I just think it's the going rate now, isn't it? It's just the going rate. If you're signing the best number 10 in world football, you probably need to be paying him around about the top rate in the Premier League. You've got to compete with the top teams, and that's just it. Rube, say that without laughing. I can't do it. I can't do it. Come on. Let's have a little bit of a go in the last 10 minutes here. That's better. Zambia win it back. Now, can you make the final ball count? It's long up the touchline. That's better. Go on, get at him. It's going to be a corner. They've won a corner, Zambia. They've won a corner. The Hollywood Bets Cosafa Cup is on. Jack Spurs, it's always exciting when your manager gets sacked. Frank Hales or Xavi, who do you prefer for Spurs? I've got to go for Xavi, not being Barca biased. Frank Hales. I don't know what you mean. Frank Hales. I would say Thomas Frank. Yeah, I would say Thomas Frank is the manager you should be going for. But I think, Herzler's probably one I'd look at. Maybe Andoni Iraola as well. There's some players, some managers I think that Spurs could go for. That would take them forward. Pure Loyalist Jack, got to agree with you, me being a Rangers fan. Razine, Javi's tactics is very useful against bus parking teams as he won all the games against Atletico and teams like Leganés. Nice manager. Yeah, look, that you've got to acknowledge though that he was doing that with a Barca team. You know, he's not doing it against Spurs for Spurs. He's gonna have a completely different setup at Spurs to work within, different framework. Change for Tottenham. Here we go. Change for Tottenham. The group, the fan group, have announced that they've released a statement after Ange Postecoglou has been sacked. They say that the words from Spurs will ring hollow to a fan base that has heard it all before. Postecoglou arrived at the club to genuine hope. Ange delivered silverware. As the season wore on, key injuries in the threadbare squad quickly exposed the club's refusal to build depth. And his tactical commitment was left unsupported by a board unwilling to give him the tools to succeed. Feels like Tottenham fans have turned fully on Daniel Levy. It feels like they've looked at Daniel Levy and they've put it squarely on his shoulders here. Squarely on his shoulders. Ball into the box, claimed by the Comoros keeper. Jack Spurs, that's our fan base for you. Frank Hales. Who's Frank Hales? I don't know who Frank Hales is. Razine, I meant Nice FC Ligue 1 team. Ligue 1 team manager, bro. Oh, the Nice manager. Oh, sorry. Sorry, the Nice manager. You can see where I went wrong there. Nice manager. Yeah, the Nice manager. Who is the Nice manager? Frank Hayes. I haven't heard of him. I haven't even heard of him. Haise. Frank Hayes. That must be a recent appointment then, because as far as I was aware, yeah, he's only been Nice manager for the last 12 months. And he's 54. He's not a spring chicken. He's won Manager of the Year in Liga, though, a couple of years ago, I suppose. Razine, underrated pick. RDT is a huge talent. He needs a push to be world class. Raul de Tomas, Vallecano player. Jack Spurs, I hate both of them. What, you hate Levy and Ange Postecoglou? Well, I was going to say, just surprising to me that they've gone all in on that. Julian Nagelsmann on Ryan Gravenberch's development at Liverpool and the Dutch national team. He's doing brilliantly, but I expected his development because Ryan is a smart guy and a brilliant player. And Nagelsmann has said it wasn't easy to put players from the German national team on the bench. So Nagelsmann has said that one of the reasons that Ryan Gravenberch failed at Bayern Munich was because he had to put players like Goretzka and Kimmich in the midfield. He couldn't drop them because he would face such overwhelming pressure from the German media that they've dropped players who should be in the national team, or who are in the national team, for, you know, a Dutch kid from Ajax. And he was new at Bayern, so he thought he would toe the line, and it didn't quite work. Whereas, obviously, he's now saying it's really unsurprising. Jack, I want Frank in all day of the week. Thomas Frank. You do mean Thomas Frank, not Frank Hayes, right? Thomas Frank. I think Thomas Frank is the right appointment. I will concede that. If you get him, of course. If you get him. You'll have done very, very well. Yellow card here to Zambia. Into the last 5 minutes here. It's a bad tackle, that. Very bad tackle from the number 15, Matthews Banda of Zambia. Well, listen, thank you to those that have stuck with us for this live, because I know it wasn't the most hotly anticipated game. It has been a very, very tough watch. We enter the last few minutes now. Zambia 0, Comoros 1. It's been a rough watch. It has been a rough watch. But thank you to everyone that stuck with us. We've got now about half an hour, 45 minutes or so, until our next live, which will be Wales against Liechtenstein. I'm going to try and figure something out with TikTok so we get some more traffic coming through. Probably not for this game, but we will for maybe one of the next ones. And then I've got a few days off as well. I have got a few days off coming up. So we'll be live over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then from Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. See how she recovers from surgery. But certainly Monday and possibly Tuesday, I won't be streaming at all. So no Premier League dad for a couple of days next week. I'll be having withdrawal symptoms. Never mind you, lads. I'll be having withdrawal symptoms. No football. Be shaking. Have the shakes. Whew. Oh, I tell a lie. There are a few people there. I was here thinking there wasn't really any fans in the stands. It looked like a closed stadium, but there are maybe 50 or 60 dotted around in the stands. Just the odd one or two sat 3 or 4 seats apart. You just can't really see. An awful lot in the stadium. The Toyota Stadium, or the Free State Stadium as it's called. Long ball forward. Zambia really pushing here in the last couple of minutes to try and get an equaliser. Whipped cross in, over to the far post. Cleared away by Comoros. Too easy. Far too easy. There's a claim for the handball. The ref's giving it as well. It's going to be a free kick to Comoros on the edge of the box. Pure Loyalist, Rosine, Spring Chicken. That'll be chicken, mate. Ben Twist, time's your next game kick-off. It's a 7:45, so it's an hour. Wales against Liechtenstein. Kicks off in an hour. I'm going to be live at 7:30, so I'm going to have 40 minutes or so to just kind of change over, get the other stream set up and stuff. Chimey, this is the best football stream channel on YouTube. Looking forward to watching other European leagues next season. Do you know what? Can I just say, lads? I'm going to be a little bit emosh here, right? I question an awful lot. I know, to be honest, I'm a soft bugger anyway. I do it every live. But I do say to you an awful lot. When you say things like that, I don't hear it enough. Trust me, it means, like, off the stream, I take it home. And I do have it really warms my heart. Thank you very much. I'm not... Ben will vouch for me on this. I'm not a guy with a big ego. But that means an awful lot. Because you have little doubt moments. You have little thoughts where you think, you're doing something silly here, mate. Come on, get back to the job. What are you doing? So yeah, it means an awful lot when people say, look, I actually really enjoy what you're doing. Keep doing it. We can see you putting the graft in. We can see you putting the work in. And hopefully it'll pay off. If it does pay off, then great. If it doesn't, then hey, at least we've had a good ride doing it, eh? But thank you for all the support and all the love. It means, it really, really does mean a lot. And with that, I'm going to stop being wishy-washy. I'm going to tell you all to leg it because it's nearly full time. It's into the extra time. How many minutes have we got? How many minutes? Has he put the board up yet? I don't even think they're going to give any extra time, you know. Been a couple of injuries, but I don't think there's going to be too many. Six added minutes. There's another player down. It's going to be even longer than that. They're bringing a stretcher on here. They're getting a player off. But yeah, we are. We're going to be doing all sorts of games next season. There's Emiliano, who you might know him from the stream. He's a Bochum fan in Germany. He's been telling me a long time. I say a long time. He's been doing these games, and he's been saying to me, you've got to do some German games next season. Do some Bundesliga. Do some Bundesliga too. So I absolutely promise you, we'll be doing all sorts of games next season. And what I'm planning on doing is probably for the start of the new season, I'm going to set up a group whereby we can have. Obviously, I'll be monetized very, very soon. We'll have memberships and things like that if people want to and if they're able to and if they feel that they'd like to. And part of those memberships will be you picking the games that we can do, right? So it'll be you choosing what games we watch. So we'll do that. We'll do members only lives as well. That's going to be another thing. Members only lives. Members choosing what games we actually do. Probably mod status and all that stuff as well, so we can do all sorts of things. But yeah, and I want your feedback on that as well. As I'm setting it up, I want to know what you guys think we should do and what we shouldn't do and all that sort of stuff. Seeing as you're the OGs who've helped me build it from day one, so I want to get your thoughts on it. I really, really do. 2 minutes in. There's still not anything going on here. Zambia, Comoros are making a change just to try and waste some time, I think, just to slow those minutes down. Yusuf Ibrahim, the captain's gone off for Yaya Medad. And he's come on with some instructions as well. A little red note for his teammates. Surely in the last 3 minutes, that is just waste as much time as you possibly can. If the ball comes anywhere near you, hit the deck. Go down. Waste time. It's gone out for a throw-in. Zambia have caused me to lose all this week's profit. So it will start again on the 10th. Oh my God. Ben, your ego sure is small, but your ability and enthusiasm isn't. Neither's me gut. But thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Pure Loyalist, definitely join as a member. Razine, mate, we need Prem Dad community group chat, maybe in Discord. Yeah, listen, I got all this stuff is stuff that I need to set up and get going. And I'm thinking it's probably wise to do it for the new season rather than, over the summer months. I don't know. Maybe we do it over the summer months. I'm not sure, but definitely something I want to get started either in July or for the start of August. Memberships will be there. So yeah, I want to get your thoughts on that. But thank you for those that do want to take part. Comoros knocking it forward here. Again, over the top. That's really all they've got. It's just a long ball over the top. Keepers come out to get it. Into the last 2 minutes of the game. Jack Spurs, if we don't get Frank, I'll do a bad der. Razine, see you, mate. Gotta go. Big day tomorrow. Gotta rest up. No worries, Razine. Take it easy. Lots of love, mate. Have a good night, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you on the next one, maybe. This one's pretty much done. Comoros now taking the ball into the corner. They're ready to get their 3 points. A big start to the Cosafa Cup campaign. They've got Botswana next. As have Zambia, to be honest. They're the 2 games next in this group, Group D. In the Cosafa Cup, it's going to be the champions, Zambia. This is the champions, by the way. Comoros are beating the champions. That's a big step for them. And he's had a goal from the halfway line here. And it's... Oh! Jesus, nearly had a shot from the... I told you, shots from distance in this game. And one's very nearly just come off. From the halfway line there. Number 21 from Comoros. Unbelievable shot there. Keeper. Oh, little bit of a Pedro Mendes moment there. The whole Roy Carroll thing. He kind of reached back and dropped it, and it was... Oh, he just about kind of juggled it into keeping it from going over the line, but... I think that's going to be it. I think that is going to be it. The referee is checking, actually. There might be a check whether or not this actually went in. There's a check to see if this went over the line. This could be 2-0. Could be 2-0 Comoros. I'm telling you, the ball goes long here. VAR are checking whether or not this ball went over the line. They haven't got the old VAR line technology, so there's a check over the cameras. It's a camera check to see if the ball went over the line. And we might have seen a halfway line goal here. We might have seen a goal from the halfway line from Comoros against the reigning Cosafa Cup champion, Zambia. Referee's just waiting here. I wonder. This would be some story. This would be some story. Goal check, VAR. Come on. Honestly, if you are watching this, like, I would thoroughly encourage it. It's some shot. It is some strike from distance, and the keeper's... He's done something to try... I mean, he's decided to kind of, like, knock it from one hand to the other to try and keep it out, and I think he might have took it over the line. Zambia, understandably, are pushing to get this decision made very, very quickly because they want to get on with the game. They want to try and get up the other end and get an equaliser. But they might be 2 down here if they're not careful. The VAR check continues. Litigation, we will stick with you, brother. Good man, good man. Thanks, Chimey. Thanks, Litigation. Pure Loyalist, quick coffee before the next game. Catch up soon. Cheers again. Take it easy. Yes. Thanks, lads. We'll be back at 7:30. Yeah. 7:30 I'll be live again for Wales-Liechtenstein. Come on, ref. What are we deciding here? This is an absolute shambles. Referee's just looking lost. Lost. The players are like this to him. Come on, come on, come on. And he just keeps going like that. Just calm down, just calm down. You've got to know. You've got to know. And you've got to be certain with these things as well. But I did think it looked slightly over the line. I've got to be honest. Rubes, love you, Key. I'm off tonight. Love you too, Rubes. Take it easy, man. See you soon. Jack Spurs, Ange Postecoglou was favourite to replace Klopp. It was 16-1. Klopp! No. Here we go. What's the check? What's happening? What's he given? Oh, it's going to be a drop ball. Right, so it wasn't over the line then. It wasn't over the line. Okay, so no goal, no goal. It's going to be a drop ball. And I think that is going to be full time here. That is going to be full time. I blame you. Some strike, that. Really was some strike. And it's a free kick to Comoros here. We're in 9 minutes of added on time here when he only gave 6, sorry. He only gave 6. Ay, 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 ay. Free kick from the right-hand side for Comoros to knock it to the far post. Played into the corner. Nicely played. It's going to be a foul. Not sure why he gets a foul there. But this might be Zambia's last chance to literally just pump it up the pitch. They've got one last chance. The referee's already got his whistle to his mouth, I think. And we might be looking at an opening defeat for the champions. The reigning champions beaten in the Cosafa Cup. Zambia get down the right-hand side. It's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. And that's going to be that. That is going to be that. That's going to be it done. Voyage Vibes. Are you not on TikTok tonight? I got banned. Voyage Vibes. I got banned on TikTok, mate. I'm really sorry. Some guy who was talking to about Man United and Liverpool, we were in a really friendly chat, and he said to me, I hate Liverpool, or I can't stand Liverpool, he said. And I said, no, you can't stand us, we hate you, it's fine, the world keeps spinning, it's all good, that's how it's meant to be. And I swear to God, that's it, that's all that was said. And I got banned for hate speech or hateful behaviour. TikTok obviously automatically flagged it. So yeah, we're down on TikTok and we're banned for 7 days for that comment. That's how it works on TikTok. Ultra trigger happy. So now we're only on YouTube and the other places, obviously X, Instagram, Facebook, etc., Twitch for the next 7 days, and then we're back on TikTok in a week or so. We'll be back in time for the Club World Cup starting. Put it that way. Back in time for the Club World Cup. Jack Spurs players could not play for something important. Conte said that. Wow. Right, that's going to be a foul to Zambia just outside the area here. Might be a chance. Maybe a chance for a free kick if they get this right. It's a free kick to Zambia. We're into the 103rd minute of this game. It's really dragged on tonight. And we're still half an hour away from the start of Wales against Liechtenstein, which is the next game we're doing on this channel, by the way. Just a quick reminder. First ball, last ball in this one. I think that really is going to be it. I can't see there being any more opportunities for the referee to let this one run. It'll be a free kick into the box, and depending on what happens, I think that's going to be it. Irrespective of what happens, that's going to be it. But Zambia step up. Free kick, about 30 yards out, right to centre. 6 minutes of added on time we're given. 13 is what we're on. We did have that long check for the VAR. But here we go. Zambia. He's gone for the shot and it's gone behind. It's going to be a corner. Now they might send the keeper up here. Maybe they send the keeper up. They haven't got a lot of time. It's going to have to be quick. Is he coming forward, the keeps? Got to send him up. Get him up. Get a keeper up. What are you doing? Get him in the box. You might as well lose 2-0 than lose 1. Go and have a go. It always puzzles me that. It's literally the last kick of the game. Why are you not sending your keeper up for the corner? Get him in the box. Cause a bit of havoc. Extra body in the box. That's what you want. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. Keeper stays back. Makes no sense to me. But what do I know? Avram Grant leading this Zambia side, of course. Ex-Chelsea and Portsmouth manager, Avram Grant. What's going on here now? What's he checking now, this referee? What's he doing? Is there a check for another VAR check here or what? Oh my God. Penalty check, potential penalty check, VAR. I think for the handball off that free kick. It deflected behind for a corner and for some reason it's now being checked for a potential penalty. Jesus Lord, this referee, they're getting paid by the minute here. Jack Spurs, what do you think of Antonio Conte? I like Antonio Conte. Yeah, I like him. Oh, what a surprise. The ref says play on. The ref says play on. It's going to be a corner. Whipped in. Flicked on at the near post. Zambia, header. Keeper saves. And that is going to be that. There you go. Full time. It's all done. Comoros get the win. Big 1-0 win there for Comoros. What a game. What a game for them. Yeah, I do like Antonio Conte, Jack. Litigation, my two think you're cute. Was that meant for me, litigation? Jake, Newcastle have just made an inquiry for Anthony Elanga. I like that. I do think that'd be a great signing, that wouldn't it, for Newcastle? Right, well, listen. It's 28 minutes to the Wales-Liechtenstein game. I'm going to go and sort everything out and just refresh, get the scoreboard sorted, get everything going. And I'll be back in 30 minutes, there or thereabouts, for Wales against Liechtenstein, FIFA World Cup qualifier. If you're joining me for that, get back over. Really appreciate it. I'll see you in about half an hour. Go and have a coffee. Go and make yourself a brew. Do whatever you're doing. We'll be back for Wales and Liechtenstein. That's on BBC One, so a bit more accessible maybe for many people, but you can watch it on BBC One, and I will see you all